What's going on, guys? Bodybuilding is one of the most extreme sports on earth when it comes to our health. And I think it is very important to work with somebody like Merrick Health with the proper consultants that can help you optimize your hormone levels to make sure you're making the gains you need to make without hurting yourself on the health side of things. So I'm going to take you to their website and show you the panels that I got done when I got my panels done just a short while ago. This is a checkup panel. This is not the one I did. This is just checking 53 different biomarkers. This is the panel I did here. It's 84 different biomarkers, but more importantly, came with a consultation with one of their providers. That is the important part, because you can get blood work done anywhere. You can get your hormones checked anywhere. The most important part is getting them checked and having them explained to you by somebody who knows what they're doing, what they're talking about when it comes to your hormones, your blood work in relation to bodybuilding. So guys, get to merrickhealth.com/RBP. Use code RBP on your first order for 10% off, and make sure you have somebody with the experience needed to help you guys look over your blood work and talk to you about what your hormones should look like and what you're doing to make sure you're on the right track to making the best gains you can make. Oh, baby. Let's go, baby. Seth, what's up, man? How are you, man? What's going on?
Doing well. I need to get on your routine to look as fresh and young and as clean as you are.
Well, this is just a beautiful filter that Zoom has provided me.
See, I think you're lying.
Actually,
I think you're just saying it.
Well, listen,
you have a fucking beauty regimen that I need to get on.
This product called OneSkin here. This product called OneSkin. I use it every day. And
really?
This is what gives me this beautiful glow.
No bullshit. That's what I mean.
It's an age replenishing skin thing.
I need to get on it because I think that like maybe if I take the beard off, I'll look younger. But then if I take the beard off, I might feel like
then you might just look old. You might just look old and half.
Or I might look older. I might look like a wrinkly ball sack even more so.
Listen, get some OneSkin. Here, wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up.
OneSkin code RBP.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into it. Use the discount code.
Okay. We got some boys here.
Oh,
there he is.
Hey, Seth.
Hello, Paul.
Wait a minute.
How you doing?
Wait a minute.
Hey,
what
Fouad.
the fuck?
He said hi. He said hi. I heard it.
He said, "Hey, Seth," and then he just ignored me completely.
No. Then I said hi, Fouad.
Yeah, but only because I called you out.
No, I was gonna say hi, Fouad, right after I said hi to Seth.
I think you just
He
take me for
sees you
granted.
every day.
That's the problem.
Let me feel special, Fouad.
That's
I
the
do
thing.
take him for granted.
Special.
We were talking about this a couple weeks ago. I do take Fouad for granted sometimes.
Takes me for granted, Seth. I feel neglected.
My wife says the same thing.
Well, we always take those closest to us for granted. That's just
true.
how it works.
Yeah,
it is true.
Hey, how's my level? I've
level of what? Maturity? Not great.
No. Look at.
Nice.
What is this? What do you have? A remote control there or something? What are you doing?
I just learned how to move the desk up and down.
Oh, sick.
Oh,
I have one of those. I'm getting one of them. They just came back in stock. The desk I wanted for my office was out of stock for like a month and a half, and then it finally this morning, it popped up in the email saying it's available. So I'm going to order it tonight.
Yeah, I bought this one for my wife like a couple years ago, and I never used it once. Well, I never used this feature before.
Why is Ian having such a tough time connecting? What's going on?
Anyway, I think you'll like it, Seth.
I'm pumped.
You think you like what? The desk?
Yeah.
Why do you need it to go up and down again?
Well, if I get axial fatigue, I need to stand up or sit down.
Oh no!
I can do that.
The Mike Israel reference. Seth, me and Paul were watching Mike Israel bicep video. And he was saying that doing standing curls is no good because it gives you axial fatigue. We had no idea what the fuck axial fatigue was. So we just decided that we need to sit down whenever we do anything. So we don't get
much more aware of
it. Hey, I don't watch too many of Mike's videos, but some of his videos, he says some off the cuff shit.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what is this? It's funny as hell.
Yeah. I wonder if he made that term up.
Axial fatigue?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the first time I ever heard it.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe does this have something to do with your feet?
No, it has to do with your it seemed like he was trying to explain that like your core and your back and everything gets fatigued before your biceps do. So it's better to sit down so you can focus on just the bicep.
Yeah. So you don't other things will get fatigued.
Seth wants to explode right now.
It sounds like he's trying to start an argument there. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Listen, Mike is a very, very smart individual. I just maybe disagree on him. Disagree on a couple things.
I want to train with him. I think you
I think you would. It would drive you crazy.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I want to do it. I want to experience it, and then I'm going to be like, I think you're wrong, and just go into it all, and I don't know, have fun with it.
What is this name you have here, Mike? Hey, would you pull my finger? What the fuck?
Hey guys,
I might trade with those names, Mike. I like that.
What's going on?
I can open a window. Hang on, it's hot in here.
Oh yeah, cool down.
Ian, how are you?
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey.
Yeah, why is that? That was kind of like a 51%. Hey.
Hey.
That's my like Indian hey, like hey.
Oh, with the head swivel. You have to do the head swivel.
Hey.
Yeah. I wonder why that's not just an Indian thing. Middle Eastern people do that too, but it's definitely more Indian.
Hey there.
But I wonder
Pakistani thing.
I wonder what it is though. What is the head tilt? If there's any Indian, well, I know there's Indian and Pakistani people watching. Explain the head tilt thing if you guys know what it is, because I don't know what it is, but my parents used to do it from time to time as well. Yeah, not just for no reason. Like when they were trying to emphasize something, they would do the head anyway.
Mr. Ian, hello.
What's going on? I missed you guys last week. We had to take a week off because Paul was working and we were all just tired. So
yeah, that's why.
Now we're back. Now we're back.
So much has happened.
Yes.
So much has happened.
Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Well, you know what has happened? I've seen Seth's fucking videos. You went from like retired to not retired in like fucking 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I started taking some more TRT.
Give it a little bit more regular with them.
I don't think it's called TRT anymore, Seth.
No, it's not. So I just have
elevated TRT, Fouad.
Third.
I think you're just
here.
I think it's called abusing. I think it's called abusing steroids.
Not abusing. Using.
Okay.
Not abusing yet.
I'll get to that.
But, so I've been saying like TRT plus as like kind of a joke, like, hey, I'm on TRT plus extra growth hormone because I like it. Like that was a joke.
Right.
So apparently, like I got in my DMs a ton of people being like, no, there's a lot of people that are using that as like a scientific term that it's TRT plus.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm saying it to fuck with people like TRT plus plus, like for more extras. And people are utilizing that as like an actual term. And I'm like, oh no, opened up a box of worms that's not good.
Well, I think it makes people feel better that they're not just saying I'm on steroids. They're like, it's
that's
just
okay.
TRT is acceptable. So they have to say TRT. Like Paul.
It's healthy.
Paul's been on TRT plus for.
Big advocate. Big advocate. Look at me. I'm totally healthy. I got red skin. Other than that, I'm totally fine.
You got great fashion sense.
Okay, before we get into
thank you, Mike.
Before we get into the biggest news of the week, which is Chris Bumstead's open debut, I want to go to Seth's page just to show people what I'm talking about who don't know yet or haven't seen or live under a rock. This is Seth's latest update. You need to work on your back a bit, Seth.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm joking. What the fuck, dude?
It's not thick enough.
Yeah,
your lats. I'm just fucking her out, Seth.
Your lats don't sweep far enough from your hip.
You need to work on your lower lats more.
Look at this fucking what the fuck, man. And your calves are kind of weak too. You need to.
Well, I finally just turned up everything when it comes to training, food, and then I just started taking a little more stuff. I like this is the first time in probably 8 years that I've taken Primobolan.
Isn't it great?
Wait, Seth, before you continue, is this recent or is this one of your old? Because your beard looks like this is old school shit.
That's an old school. So it was Aiden put that together. It was like a reminiscent thing because I was training. I'm like, I feel everything like working again.
Yeah.
And he put that together.
This is now though.
Yeah, that's now.
You're making me want to get. You know what? You're making me want to get back on a cycle.
So
Me too.
I haven't. The reason I'm doing this is to test the waters to see what my body can handle from now. Like I got like I'm going to put it together for like another 10 weeks and see where I can get to, and then from there assess everything, like where I stand physically, mentally, physiologically, and say, is it everything's good? And then I'm going to go. I'm going to take a run at it all.
Paul, am I allowed to do Detroit?
Yeah.
Beating it?
Am I allowed to do Detroit if I'm promoting as well?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Like if I win,
Can I win my own show?
Well, I can just give myself the check.
You're not judging it. I mean, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no
Well,
bias.
imagine this scenario, okay? Whether I look like shit or not. me, Mike, Ian, and Seth all make a comeback at Detroit.
That'd be a hell of a show.
From me. No.
Me and Mike will probably be last.
I'm going to do men's physique so I can wear board shorts.
Yeah.
We could just do a separate competition, the bro chat competition.
No.
And just
I want to be serious. Like Seth's got me like kind of fucking got the itch now.
yeah. You're looking good, Seth.
I haven't done this, and it's been since 2020. And I have to say, it was really cool picking up 275 and doing barbell rows the other day, like with ease. I was like, man, it's just cool. I fucking forgot how this feels. It's awesome.
Is that a lot for you?
I mean, when was it? I haven't done that forever.
What are you insinuating with that?
So that's heavy for you, is it?
You call me a pussy? I didn't use my straps. I had bare hands.
I was
Oh, so that's heavy for you.
I was hoping somebody would catch that I was joking. What's it feel like being on? Well, you never really went off a regimen though. Like, does it feel? Are you more regimented than you were before? Because you never really like stopped eating properly.
No, my eating habits changed. Now I'm eating a lot more. Like I'm eating 6 solid meals a day. I'm drinking a ton of fluids. I'm not dehydrated. Like I'm becoming very regimented. That was one of the things. If I could see that I'm able to do so. Can I stay on a program for a significant period of time? Because in bodybuilding, like, we all know the most important thing is to be consistent. So how many meals have I missed? I missed 1 meal in the past 4 weeks. And it was on Saturday when we were at WVU. So it's like, that's the only meal I missed in 4 weeks. I'm like, all right, good job. Now,
So if you lose, we know to come back to this podcast and point to that missed meal.
That would be the hardest part for me though. Like if I was to get back at trying to eat the amount of food I need to be like 285, 290, like I'm like, bro.
But I have
it's hard.
But listen, I have a real question. So, and I don't know if I'm going to articulate this properly. Maybe you guys will get what I'm trying to say. When you let's say you flip the switch, and I know you're saying like the X's and O's of it are like, okay, I got to eat more food. Okay, I got to increase my drugs. I'm going to increase my water, blah, 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 all these things, right? Those are all the X's and O's. The intangible of it for me is that kind of where you switch your mindset to nothing else matters. So are you able to do that with a bigger family, the job? I mean, your company's like taken off, so it's not that you have to be there every day for 8 hours a day or whatever, but like, are you able to go back to when you were a bodybuilder and just say, and like laser focus on this one thing?
So I'm in my head preparing for the priorities that I need to take. Like our life is pretty standardized. Hannah with gymnastics, coaching and busy season. So I'm just making sure I'm going to be able to prioritize all those things in my head. And that's the test of it all. But I look at it as if I take, the next year or two and dedicate myself to it, it's a kind of a now or never thing for me. This is a last opportunity.
I know, but let me re-ask the question.
Do you think really, Fouad, like the level that we like how I know you and I is really necessary though? Like I would do nothing else in my day except like it would be eating and training. And I'm like, that was kind of an excuse to be lazy. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think it was an excuse to be lazy for me. I think for me, I didn't know how to as James would say, I didn't know how to unshackle myself. I was just like, it was the only thing I could think of.
I was the same as you, but I'm saying
I know you were.
I'm looking at it in retrospect now,
No, I'm agreeing with you. I don't think you necessarily need to be that way. I just felt like if I wasn't that way, that I wasn't doing it properly.
I agree.
So what I'm trying to say is for Seth, I think you were kind of like me and Ian when you were competing. So are you coming at this a different way, more like a John Meadows? Because
That's what I'm coming.
John used to say, like, I got my family, I got my job, and I just
like Nathan Dash, like lives a normal life, like, you know.
Yeah. He's like, I just eat more or eat less depending on my goal, and that's it.
Especially with his kids, whatever. Yeah.
That's literally the approach I'm taking.
Okay.
I'm kind of in my head, I'm like, hey, it's time to do dad stuff. As long as I have my meals and I have my training, I should be good. There shouldn't be anything. As long as I prioritize everything in my life properly. It doesn't mean that, like, you get to a certain point and I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted. Yeah, people are taking the back seat. I need to get my rest. I need to do this. That'll occur for sure. But we'll see.
Can I ask you this though? And Ian, you can answer this too, since you were kind of like me this way. Part of me enjoyed being nuts. Like when I look back at it, I almost miss being crazy. I don't want to just plug it into my life. I want it to be my whole life. So I kind of like looking now. Listen, Ian, don't forget, I've been gone from it for like 6-7 years now. So you're probably in a different place than I am. I kind of miss being so plugged in that it was the only thing that mattered.
I like that for sure. It's like it's a love-hate. It's like it makes it harder on the other side, but it makes you feel more fulfilled while you're in it.
That's it is a love-hate. Like, because when you stop doing it, you're like, oh wow, there's like
it's all gone.
Yeah. But when you're doing it, you feel so committed.
You feel such a sense of fulfillment, purpose, for sure. Yeah.
Right. So Seth, do you wrestle with that at all, or do you think you'll get to a point maybe when you're closer to the show where you'll be so immersed that you'll turn into that guy again, or you don't have that option?
I don't know. I mean, you guys just put it really well. Like, it's one of those things that I haven't competed since 2012.
Yeah.
And I turn 40 next month, and that's literally like where I was in my head. I was like, is my body able to handle this? Am I able to handle it?
Paul and Mike, when was the last time you guys competed? Was it more recently than 2012?
For me, it was 2008 for me.
2008, Mike?
2011, Toronto Pro.
Okay, so you're all pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. But that feeling of that mayhem, it does excite me. It does excite me a lot.
Paul, you see me every day. What do you think the chances are that I could get back to Detroit and get on stage?
And
don't be an asshole.
Well, or just a team.
And be in a suit hosting.
What do you think honestly, the chances are my arms will go from 14 inches to 19?
Well, you'll look like a spider.
Yeah, I look like a fucking SpongeBob with just like 2 arms
with you know.
I think your problem would be the injuries now. You know, like your tricep, your hamstring, you know, your lat.
What if I said I don't care where I place, I just want to get shredded and get on stage?
Well, you could do that, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of people have done that in the past.
I mean, Kevin Levrone came back. He was like a shadow of his former self, but people still were like happy to see him get on stage.
Yeah, remember Dave Fisher?
Not that I'm that level or anything, but I'm just saying, like, it's, you know, Dave Fisher. I do remember Dave Fisher. What about
Remember he came back and did like one show like years later after he retired and just got shredded. Like he couldn't compete size-wise.
But he wasn't big at all.
Yeah, he just got shredded for it.
You want to do it with him? You're a pro judge now. You can cross.
I got a pro card.
You got a pro card. You can cross over to compete.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will check to see if it's ticked off or judge athlete.
I thought if
no one watches this show either.
No, I think I can sneak in.
I thought if you became a pro, you could transfer it to like anywhere. So now you're
That's what I thought too. I thought once you become a pro, you can compete in whatever you want. I could do classic. I could do men's physique.
I'm just waiting for men's wellness to come through so I can get on that.
Right.
Mike, do you ever? I know you're so far removed from it, but do you ever think to yourself, like, because I know you're actually on an eating plan now and you're getting back in shape. Do you ever even consider like what it would be like to go back to that mindset? Not to get on stage, because I know you're not there, but like
just get fucking juicy.
Yeah, like big and shredded and like fully immerse yourself again. Do you ever think
get
of that?
to like 315 and like in good shape, you know?
No, I don't want to ever be that ever. I'm trying to get stay below 280.
No, but I'm not even talking about a size thing. I'm just saying like what we were talking about being crazy. Like, do you ever miss that? Do you ever feel like you want to go there, or are you like far?
No, I honestly wish that I had the mindset I have now back when I competed and I was more relaxed about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think all of us, like looking back, you could say to yourself, like, yes, it's serious what you're doing, but it's at the end of the day, like
it didn't need to be what it was.
It's eating and training, guys. Like at the end of the day, it's not fucking rocket science, and it's not like
I
life
agree
or
with you. I
death.
wish it was less uptight.
Yeah, like, and I was the same way about football. Like when I played football and I was immersed in it in college, like you get so bogged down by like the pressure of playing and what's going on. Like I think back, man, if I just had more fun, it would have been so much cooler of an experience. You know what I mean? Like I would have not thought as much.
Okay, but wait a minute. I got to ask you guys this. Do you think there's something to, okay, like scientifically, there's no way to prove it. I mean, scientifically, yes, it's X's and O's, you're eating, training, blah, blah, blah. But don't you think there's something to that, like switched on mindset that makes you better? That makes you better?
I always liked it.
No, not just about liking it, but like it takes you through that, like maybe that extra rep, or helps you diet that extra bit harder when you're a little fucked in your head.
Yeah. Like when you got that goal at the end of your 12-week or 14-week or whatever it is.
Ian doesn't think so. Ian thinks it's just.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I don't know. I've never done it. I did 30 shows and only ever did it one way. So I honestly don't know. You could be right. You know, I know now, even like I love to train and I try and train as hard as I can, but I know it's not quite the same, you know?
Yeah,
there's not that like, you know, or like when I'm eating my meals, you know, and stuff like that, it's like, I get them all in, but it's like, it's not quite the same. You know what I mean? Like it's there, but it isn't, you know, there's like it's training and there's like training or, you know, so I don't know. I mean, do I think I would have been as good of a bodybuilder as I was? It's hard to say. Probably not. But I think I would have been very close. And I think I would have looked back at my career with a lot like more fond memories that like were happy memories, not just memories. You know what I mean? Like I remember my career and I'm like, I'm thankful for my career, but I didn't enjoy my career.
But wait a second, and you're conflating locked in with anxiety. I'm not saying those two things.
I'm not even saying anxiety. I'm just saying like being so locked in that I was consumed with like the training, the food, the placings, like everything. It wasn't even an anxious feeling, just like so lasered into like the forward progression of everything that like all that was going on around it. That was like so awesome of like, yo, I'm literally traveling the world doing shit that like people would love to do. I fucking get to step on stage. I'm making a shit ton of money doing this. This is awesome. I'm like, I didn't even like think about that. I'm just like, you know?
Right. It's almost like, it's funny you say that because it's almost like if you look at Samson, it's almost like Samson's able to like lock in and still enjoy life around it.
It's something I'm extremely envious of guys that are able to do that. You know, even if I look at how Chris has been later in his career, you know, and like I know he's done like a lot of personal work to be able to like, you know, really be present in the moments of like what's going on around him. And I know that he's enjoyed, even though like they're, you know, the subsequent wins, he's already won and he's already made that money and he's already got a legacy and, you know, all this is already there. Like, I know that he's enjoying those more because he's able to be more like present in them, you know? Yeah. Like, and you could see it like when he like stood there on stage, even when he won this year, you could really tell he's like someone that's like there and like actually feeling what's going on. Like I have moments, I can't even remember what it felt like to come second at the Arnold or to win Texas. I literally don't know. I can tell you what I think and like what my like memory of a memory is, but like I don't actually like remember the feeling inside me, you know?
I know you
where in 30 years, Chris will tell you exactly how it felt to stand on that Olympia stage in the last one and give that speech and like all that. Like he'll remember that, like that actual emotion, you know, which I don't have. But
I wonder if that comes with success.
I don't think it does.
Maturity.
Well, yes, maturity, but I wonder if it comes with success.
I don't think it has to do with either. I think it's just like, maybe maturity, but I don't think that's the right word. I think it's some sense of like.
But hear me out for a second. Hear me out for a second.
Yeah, you need to be able to like really be present in those moments, which is very difficult for some people.
Hear me out for a second. I bet you if you ask Chris if he was as present for 1 as he was for 6, he's not going to tell you he was. No. Right. So that's kind of my point. Is like when you're chasing, all you're fucking doing is chasing.
Yeah.
But when you've reached the level of success that Chris reaches, then you could start to see other things. Like I guess what I'm saying is the fog of ambition kind of starts to clear its way a bit.
To a point, but then I can also like make the argument that I think the pressure later in Chris's career was significantly higher as the years went on. He was now like a global icon that everyone expected to dominate every single year. And he had a lot of eyes on him with a lot of pressure, and I know that's very hard to like come back every year and try and be better than the year before when like all you're fighting for is because really you enjoy it and like what you want to leave behind.
Right.
Like
Right. But think about that. So when you're chasing, when you reached it, it doesn't lessen the pressure, but now you're able to see it differently because you're already there. Like, I bet you if you ever asked somebody,
I don't know. Yeah.
I wonder if you asked like Kevin Levrone or Sean Ray or like somebody, or Flex Wheeler, somebody who's like second at the Olympia multiple times, if they were able to ever relax. Because I think
they weren't. So I think you're right there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think winning changes it. Like Bronny probably had something similar to Chris as he went through his time. Because maybe you start to look at the championships a little bit differently because you're like, I've already done this, but I want to feel more.
Yeah, or it's something that like, some sort of self-reflection you need to be able to do to continue to be motivated at that level when you already have done everything,
Yeah.
That renders you to be able to be more present in it. I'm not quite sure the answer to it. Obviously, I never achieved the level of Ronnie or Chris or any of these guys. It would be a good question to ask one of those guys for sure.
It would be a great idea.
How different did it feel,
It would be a great idea is if you actually called your brother-in-law and got him on the show, then we could actually ask him.
I actually texted him yesterday and asked him. I'll show you my phone. I actually texted him yesterday and asked if he would want to come on the podcast to talk about Prague.
Really?
Yeah.
I texted him as well, and he never responded.
Well, he responded to me.
Fuck.
He sent me a message from the video that I posted, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "if you do Prague, I'll do Prague."
No.
I was like, no. I was like, fuck you. And I was like, you're probably doing it. He's like,
he'd already planned that for 6 weeks at that point. He's just trying to bait you into doing it.
Yeah.
That would be crazy though. If he is doing Prague, and then you jumped in,
Chris. Yeah.
People were saying you need to jump in. Ian, you got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You think you can get ready?
Do it.
Yeah. I know people mean this in like in a nice way that they like want to see me and Chris and blah blah blah. But like, do you realize how fucking asinine of a statement it is to say someone that's been retired for a year to get on stage in 3 weeks? Like,
I don't think anybody wants you to win. I think they just want to see you next to Chris on stage.
Bro, I would literally look like a fucking normie on stage.
Let's
I wouldn't
do
even
it.
look like I lifted weights compared to these guys.
Let's do an experiment. Let's take a photo now, natural, and see how fast your hyper responder abilities are.
Gonna be fast.
I'll get you
like when I actually can do stuff.
No. Like right now, today, take a photo. And tomorrow, get on a massive cycle. See if you can get ready for.
I can't get on a massive cycle yet. Look, when I pop out one kid or get Melissa pregnant, I will fucking hammer shit to the nines for you guys, and we'll make it. I'll stand on this podcast shirtless every day. But until then, I can't. I'm spending way too much money on fertility drugs to fucking throw it away with steroids.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to Chris then.
Yeah.
Motherfucker is
awesome. Super cool.
He's
I'm excited about it all because like it seems like it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like the whole reason that we all started doing this was because of how much passion we had for it. Like that's why I'm doing it. I'm like, this is fun. I want to do it. There's no real like huge thing in it. And it's like with this, it's like dude already has 6 Olympia titles. He's literally the most popular fucking bodybuilder since Arnold. Like you can't get any more, and the dude's just going to have fun. Like how
that's kind of going back to what we were just saying is like,
yeah.
I think from talking with Chris the last few years of like really the only incentive for competing is because he just fucking loves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like he just loves it and wants to be better and is enjoying himself, and like he's really learned to be present and like actually enjoying it. And I think there is something very fucking poetic about how he wrote it and being like starting where you finished. Like you turned pro in the open, you never actually competed once in the open, and then you'll finish where you started, which is I think pretty awesome,
But this one is more for fun than any of the rest. Like the
for sure. Yeah.
The Olympias are for fun in a sense.
No, I'm not saying the Olympias are for fun. I'm just saying that there's like, it's the reason he's still competing at this point is because
what are you laughing at, Seth?
It's like the Olympias are for fun. You know,
No, sorry, that's how it came off. That's not what I meant at all.
Well, no, I just meant like the Olympias, the purpose for them is not obviously monetary or anything like that, but it's.
Well, I'm saying the driving force.
He's building a massive legacy as well.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Whereas this one, he has nothing to gain and nothing to lose. I mean, it obviously what he does have to gain is maybe to his mystique, because if he wins or even comes close to winning, people are going to be like, well, fuck, this guy could have been Mr. Olympia if he just tried a little bit.
And think of how hard he can milk that like PR train of like hinting at doing Olympias for fucking the next 10 goddamn years, you know?
I know, right?
Like, you know how Phil and Kai and these guys like fucking milk that for a decade after?
Yeah.
Chris goes out like that. He's got that in spades for as long as he wants to be fucking marketing that, you know?
Do you think that if he does well, like it'll start pushing some of these bigger physique guys to go into the open?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
I hope it does.
I hope it does too. And 212 guys too, I hope.
Because I think some of these guys are limiting themselves. Like I feel like, look, I don't know how well these guys would do in the open. They obviously have to put on some significant amount of mass. Like part of the reason Chris is going to do well is not just because he's bigger. It's also because he's got wild structure and insane detail that other open guys can't match.
Yeah.
So it's not just a size thing. Like if Urs jumped into the open, he would have a tough time. But Urs is also a guy that I would like to see put on 10 or 20 pounds. So it's
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I would like to see, I think Ramon Unbridled would be one of the most interesting because I think he's got that like roundness and I don't think he's quite got like, I think that the weight cap is limiting him too much. And I think that's why we've seen like a diminished version of him the last few times. I think he kind of got to where the amount of muscle he had, like when he just cut under, it's like he could still be really good. But now I think he gained a bit more muscle over time. And then when he cuts down, he has to lose a bit and it kind of hinders the look and hinders the fullness. They don't quite get it back. This is speculation, of course. So I think that he's someone with like another 15, 20 pounds could be a very good open bodybuilder. And he's very like even top to bottom. He's got good legs, good back, good arms, you know.
You know who I heard it?
I'd love to see him in the open.
You know who I heard is going to open is that Stefan guy from France, the black kid that does never make weight.
Oh, right, yeah.
Patrick's
I think
did you see the recent photos of him?
He's crazy.
I just saw I got a recent video of him. He's 275 right now. He looks fucking insane.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like this kid is fucking like I'm gonna sign this kid because I'm like, this kid's gonna be like
75?
Yeah, he's 275 already, and he does not
Probably
look fat. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's not in condition, but it doesn't look chubby. Like it's a good 275.
God.
So back to Chris. So let's assume I did a little thing by myself when the announcement came out, but let's assume okay, we know Sean Clarita's doing it. We know Martin's doing it.
Horse MD is doing it.
Horse MD is doing it. Let's assume Raphael and Akeem are going to go from Romania to Prague just for fun.
There's also Amir
and Aaron Wolski.
And Aaron Wolski, yeah.
Also good bodybuilders. So Chris is going to have some fucking really good competition. Like that's a deep lineup.
Yeah, but I got to say to any of the guys that did the Olympia, if you've still stayed in decent shape, what
this
are you
is the show
not doing this? You know? This is the one to be on. To get on that hype train, to be part of this, this is a historical thing, you know? And I think if you were close and you could be in decent shape for that show, it's fucking give her, man. Why not? You know?
I agree 100%. Somebody asked that.
It's a huge ton of publicity is going to this show. Really, just
the live feeds.
The Sunday, the tickets for the show sold out already.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're probably selling a lot of pay-per-views too.
Their pay-per-view is going to be crazy. I mean, this is going to be Olympia numbers of pay-per-view for a fucking, a Prague show. They better have a good live stream. Better have a good live stream.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck it up.
I wonder if the live stream's going to crash. Because you're going to guarantee it's going to be a fucking...
These guys got to be prepared for what's coming, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So back to what you were saying with this
lineup. My assessment of the lineup was that Chris will be second place. I don't know if he has enough. I don't know if he has enough to beat Martin. Yeah. But let's assume he does. That puts him in the top 3 or 4 in the world. And the only people better than him are previous Mr. Olympias.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that do?
Shakes up the fucking world. The
This
thing
shoots-
is, people think of Chris as like a superstar like that. He is a superstar. He won 6 Olympias. So for him to go into the open and do very good wouldn't be like shocking. You know, Derek came from the 212 and was like fucking second in his first year. Hottie came from the 212. Like, I know they're similar divisions, but they're smaller divisions, which is what classic is. And he's got all the tools other than maybe size, which would be the same thing you would say for a 212 guy. You know, they've got conditioning, they've got shape, you know, detail. Chris has all this in spades. So it would be crazy, but it also wouldn't be like mind blowing to me, you know?
It would be mind blowing to a lot of people because the entire, even though Chris has condition, detail, and structure, the entire, like the open class hangs its hat on size and freakiness.
Sure.
So if a guy that's not freaky and not massive all of a sudden
Yeah,
comes in and
I
beats
do
everybody,
agree with you that you won't have that yet, but
it really like changes things if all of a sudden a guy that's not the biggest beats everybody.
I know.
But Martin, I think Martin is too much for him from the back, especially. I think from the side, he might give up some things. The thing that's going to be interesting for me, and Ian, you would know this better than anybody, what he's going to look like 10 or 15 pounds heavier, because he's going to fill out more.
Yeah, I think he'll probably be about in the like low 250s, high 240s, probably like 6 to 8 pounds heavier. If I suspect, this isn't him telling me this. When I talked to him last, I think he was about 255. But he said that they'd like pushed like a couple big cheat meals in him. So yeah, I think he'll probably end up being somewhere in like the 248 to 250 range.
Hani's getting him ready, right?
Hani's getting him ready.
Yeah, Hani's getting him ready.
How poetic would have that been if I got him ready for this one?
Yeah, somebody said that. They're like, he should work with Ian for the
I
last
should have,
one.
but I understand for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he'll be like about 250-ish or so. So, I mean, yeah, I don't really know what that's going to do, because I think the thing he loses when he comes down, which will help him the most, is I think he loses a bit of quad when he gets like down. And he loses a bit of pop in his back. And I think with being really, really full, he gets a little bit more. You can see it even in that front lat he's posted today, like a little more fullness into the quads is back there. You know, and we didn't see a back shot, but I think when I've seen shots from like 4 or 5 weeks out when the fullness was still there, being in like the low to mid 250s, his back definitely looks better than it does on stage. So obviously it's not as crisp, but it's a fine line to play, because I think no, not that one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I mean that looks fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he's going to beat Martin in the front lat for sure. But
Yeah, that's his shot.
Side chest and front lat will be very hard for Martin to beat him. But
yeah. What about some other, like this channel posted these comparisons today with Horse MD. Now, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because Horse MD is going to have to get more shredded than he's ever been in any other show to beat Chris. But let's pretend that he's able to get in condition. I think like a lot of people I saw in these comment section were all like Chris. The thing is, in these photos, it's Horse, in my opinion.
yeah, but we also have played the game where we like bet on Horse based off these photos.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to educate, like, just based on this photo at this time, exactly what we're seeing. I'm not saying what they're going to look like
based
on
off
stage.
this. I'm taking Horse on that. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So I just like, I don't know if people in the comment section are picking Chris because of what they expect to see on stage or what they're looking at here, because what I'm looking at in this photo
I think
is
because of what they expect. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because Seth, Mike, Paul, do you guys agree? Like in this photo, do you have Chris or Horse?
Just going on that picture?
Just on this picture.
Yeah, of course.
Seth?
Horse.
Mike?
Horse.
Okay,
Their upper body shape is actually very similar, right? In the front double, the legs are very different, but look at like the waist and like the lats and like the chest, like everything. It's very similar. Like,
no, the only thing I disagree with you about, I mean, similar, yes, but Horse's arms are way more developed, and Chris's back.
I'm just talking about the shape of it. I'm not talking about like the
yeah. The shape of it is very similar. I agree with you there. But then if you look at the side chest, this was another one. I'm like, people are saying Chris, and I'm like, in my opinion, this is Horse all day long.
Yeah, but I mean, we all know what Chris's side chest looks like on stage. But yes, if you're judging the photo, then Horse. But Chris has like probably the best side chest in the whole of the pro league. You know.
I don't think I agree with you, Ian.
I think overall, like completeness, there's guys that are like Akeem that are bigger, but Chris has like the most detailed, like nicest side chest there is. I can't think of anyone's better.
Chris has Chris has the most statuesque side chest. I agree too.
And most
pull up the side chest that he had on his page.
Yeah.
The one where he's fuller.
It's insane. Side chest, he buries everyone in a side chest.
In the whole pro league? Are you
no. In his division.
Oh, well, you said the pro league. I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I think he does have the best side. I don't know if he would beat everybody in it, but I think he does have the best side chest.
I'm going to agree with you that he has the prettiest, most statuesque side chest, but that doesn't mean
Who do you think has a better side chest?
Oh, I mean, we can go down the list. Like
and open?
Yeah,
name one.
A lot of guys. Derek, Hottie.
You think Derek and Hottie have a better side chest than this? Not even close.
I think if they're standing on stage, actually,
Derek,
the size difference
Hottie,
would be.
Samson.
No way.
Yeah,
maybe Samson just because he's also very statuesque but tall, but I think the detail difference in Chris would be immense.
Ian.
Look, I think that these guys still beat him, but do I think that they have a better side chest? No, not at all.
When you say better, you have to quantify that. Are you saying prettier or are you saying win? Who wins the shot? If you think Hottie will lose a side chest to Chris, that's a little bit crazy to me.
I think you would.
Maybe this year, not at the Arnold. Maybe the Arnold Hottie side chest beats.
Go back to Chris's profile.
Okay.
So we can see it. Okay, go down, like on the actual page.
Yeah.
Okay, go down. Like, I don't know, man.
Dude, arms and shoulders, he's going to lose for sure. And then legs.
He's amazing arms and shoulders in the side chest, though.
What are you talking about? Dude, look at the picture of Horse MD we just looked at. That's the main spot where he loses. Look at the shoulder. Look at the
he's
arm.
Also Horse MD is angled towards the camera. Chris's shoulder and arm is angled away from the camera. It's completely different.
Dude, it's not even close. His arms are his weakest body part. Listen,
in a front double, I agree with you. In a side chest, I don't agree with you.
Dude, look at his arm in the side. Like, I think you're showing a little bit of brotherly bias here.
I'm not biased at all. I know, and I think that the judges agree that Chris has one of the best, and I've heard Tyler say it, one of the best side chests in the entire pro league, like bar none.
Yeah. As far as like how pretty it is and how perfectly it's put together, but not when you're standing next to guys.
Conditioning and detail. Yeah,
but not next when you're standing next to guys that are 20 pounds heavier than you.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily beats them, but I don't know. I'd need to see it. I think if there's any shot that he's beating top open guys in, it's in a side chest.
I think it's a front lat.
I think front lat
myself as well. But I think
if I have to pick a shot for Chris, like if we're doing a challenge round, and Chris is my player and we're playing a video game, I'm putting him again in a front lat spread against everybody.
Maybe ab and thigh too.
I think on that, his quad size will be a little more exposed because of how tall he is, and I think his arms are a little more exposed. I think on a side chest, his side leg detail and his chest striations are like no one in the open has that.
Yeah, but you're just looking at detail. If you're giving up,
I'm looking at shape, detail, and muscularity.
If you're giving up inches in circumference in different body parts, the detail is not going to matter.
I mean, it does matter because I mean, like even Hottie is not big in a side chest, but like he can hold his own next to Samson, who's 60 pounds heavier. You know,
but Samson beat him.
Yeah, but not necessarily in the side chest. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Hottie did win the Olympia 2 years ago in these guys, and like he's not the biggest guy. Like Akeem is 13th place with a better side chest.
That's not true. He's short, but he's just as muscular. He's packed his physique just as thick. If you took Hottie's arm measurement and you took Samson's arm measurement, I bet you it's very close.
Okay, I'll agree to disagree then. I think that Chris would beat. I think. Well,
we got three other people here.
Chris would beat Derek or Hottie in a side chest.
We got three other people here. Does anybody want to say anything? Paul, you're a judge. Why don't you speak up?
In my opinion, the size difference would be too much for Chris to overcome. I understand it's prettier, he has more detail, but I don't think that would overcome the size differences against those particular guys that we're talking about, at least.
Yeah,
I don't think in a side chest would be as big of. I think in other poses, I agree 100%. I don't think in a side chest would be that big of a size difference.
Seth,
I think he's got bigger leg circumference than a lot of these guys, and especially from the side, his leg is gigantic. So I don't think he's losing any size on the leg from the side. I think his arm isn't massive, but his arm's still measured like 20 inches. There's still a big arm. He's turned away from the camera here, so obviously he's losing arm and shoulder. But yeah, no, I think it's close, man, for him and anyone's side chest.
I think what Chris is going to, obviously his strength is going to be his shape and his symmetry and his aesthetics. I think that's his strength going into the show. So in my opinion, it's how much that's going to make up for the lack of size that he's going to be giving up to some. Like
look at his arm there and in the middle.
Yeah.
See, I think that looks better for sure.
Yeah, it looks better, but yeah, I still don't think it's like this arm is not an open arm.
I agree, it's not an open arm.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So
I don't think that the side chest is just an arm pose. I think it's
it's not, but it's the shoulders and the arms do matter, and his delts and arms.
I agree they matter, but I think I don't think he would be that much outsized in that shot specifically, and I think his shape and detail would be extremely overwhelming for anyone. Like there, look at that. Like, bro.
What are you broing me for?
I can't think of anyone beating that side chest.
Can we see a hottie side chest?
I mean, that's a
just
pretty
for comparison's sake.
It's
a great side chest.
Side chest
Great side chest.
It's a beautiful side chest.
Yeah.
There's no 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges. You know, these judges got their work cut out for them in the show.
Well, I'm not comparing him to Martin or anything. I'm just saying, do I still think that Martin can beat Chris? Yes, I think it'll probably be like 5 poses to 3. But I think one of the poses Chris is winning is the side chest.
Let me see.
Can we see Martin's side chest from Olympia?
1 second. Maybe if I go to some tagged photos here, let's see what we got. Is he going to do a side chest here?
He's a freak.
Dude, I'm sorry,
He's
man.
A freak.
Just like, there's not much Chris can beat Hottie in my opinion.
Wait.
There's a side chest.
What are you talking about? When the fuck did I say that Chris would beat Hottie? I said he would beat that pose.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Okay. But you were looking at a front double and a front lat and saying that. So it's not, I wasn't saying he beat Hottie.
I know, but you said some shots. And I'm saying.
I said in the side chest. I said in the side chest he would beat Hottie. And I'm looking at that and I still agree.
I don't. 100% I don't.
Yeah, I still think he would.
No, I don't agree. I think Hottie wins that.
Seth?
I think Hottie wins it. I don't think it's like a landslide just because Chris does have a phenomenal, it's a completely different look. But Hottie's, I mean, we're talking about literally a former Mr. Olympia side chest complete package. Like
right there. I think Chris beats that easily.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't beat it, and definitely not easily. There's no
maybe not easily, but he beats it. His chest has more depth and equal or more separation.
Chest does not have more depth. What are you talking about? Look at all the fucking striations in his chest.
I'm not even going to argue this. You guys are like blinded by open bodybuilder size, thinking that's going to be a big difference on a shot like this, and I don't think it will.
You're blinded by the fact that he's your brother-in-law. That's the problem.
How can you say I'm blinded by the fact that he's my brother-in-law when I'm literally saying that he won't beat Martin? So it's like, that's such a fucking stupid statement.
It's not a fucking stupid statement. You're picking a side chest shot because it's beautifully done.
One pose that I think he has the best pose in the world of. I agree.
Yeah,
that's it.
But that's a huge statement. You're like, it's the best of all the bodybuilders on
Mr. Olympia. How is that a big statement?
Because it's a different class. It's a different class. He's a 6-time Mr. Olympia in a different class.
But that's what makes this show so cool. This settles the argument for us.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't because it
doesn't start the argument.
Well, not the Hottie Chris, but I mean an open guy, Chris against an open guy.
Or don't think he can beat Martin. I still think Martin is bigger and more complete. But do I think on a side chest, Chris will beat Martin? 100% I do.
Yeah, let me ask you, do you think he beats Rafa at Rafa's best?
That's very close because I think they're very similar shape. I think Chris has a lot more detail from the back, like the hamstrings, the glutes. He's way ahead of Rafa. I think their backs are comparable. Chris is maybe a little better in a back double, but worse in a back lat. I think he beats him on the side shots. I think he beats him in a front lat. I think Rafa beats him in a front double. I don't know. It's close.
It's a close one. Those two would be really close.
Rafa would need to be in really good condition to beat Chris, I think, other than that. But because I don't think they're that far difference. I think Rafa's maybe holding 8 to 10 pounds more muscle than Chris. Like, it's not like it's like Samson, where Samson's holding like 50 pounds more muscle than him.
If all those guys show up that's on the list, I personally see him right behind Rafa, ahead of Akeem and Horst because of Chris's symmetry.
I don't think Rafa's in good enough shape this season that I think Chris will beat him. So I don't think he'll lose to Rafa. I think Rafa's been a little on the soft side this year, and he was at the Olympia. And the photos I've seen him in recently, he's still pretty soft in the glutes and hams.
Why is that? Why can't the dude show up in shape?
I think they're just trying to bring him in really big and full and think it's worth the trade-off, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
Who does he work with, Chris? Osito?
Neil Hill. So
yeah, that'd be great seeing Chris and Rafa on stage together, though. And Martin, too, obviously. But that comparison particularly really excites me.
Mike, do you have any comments on this?
I wouldn't want to speak and say that, like, I know I'm obviously being asked my opinion, but I just think it's going to come down when Chris does stand on stage next to these guys, because there's no debating Chris's physique is something we've never seen before, but it's also something you've never seen before in his category and within guys within the parameters of his size and whatnot, right? So I just, muscular density wise and fullness wise, roundness wise, like muscle, like per square inch, I think he might look a little more spread out than some of these open guys. And that's not a knock on him at all. And it's garnered him like having a physique that most men in the world envy. But I think when it comes to like standing on stage against like heavily dense muscle dudes, I realize this show isn't like have Samson and people like that in it. But I just think that kind of like factor of like that, like, yeah, he looks fucking unbelievable. Like these, but I can see these guys are like thicker. Like there's something else going on here that if he had the time and dedicated the time to it and put years into like coming up, he'd smash everybody.
Right.
But like making this quick turnaround to like jump into this and put on some weight right away, it's like, I mean, I don't know what could happen. I'm not going to make predictions on this because I just really have fucking no clue.
I just want to qualify because it seems like maybe we're all thinking that I said multiple times I think that Martin can beat Chris. So I'm not saying that Chris is winning the show and going to bury these open guys. I don't think that. I think that there is a big size discrepancy. And I said that in the front shots that would be exposed, and the back shots I think as well. What my only argument is that in the side chest, I don't agree. I think in other shots, yeah. I think in a front double, his arms, his leg size will be a little bit exposed, especially next to Martin, especially in the legs. I think in the back shots, the density in Martin's back will be extremely overwhelming. I think in a side chest, a front lat, I think a most muscular, he has a very good one, even though Martin's is spectacular. And an ab and thigh, I think he holds his own all day. I think other shots, yeah, he'll have a hard time because of size. The only argument I'm making here is nothing to do with where you place in the open or place at the show. I'm not even talking about that at all. I'm literally just talking about one pose.
Fouad's tickling you at this point. He's got you. You get it. I think that I'll piggyback what Mike said there. Like, I think that if he had, let's say he had like 10 more weeks. I think if he had 10 more weeks, it would be a much closer show against him and Martin. And It would be closer, especially in those shots. Like him with another, like if we're expecting him to come in the low 250s, like say he comes in at 250, it's like his side chest is going to be better than it was, his front lat. But if he had even 8 to 10 weeks on top of that, I think it'd be even a little more nasty. Like he'd come in.
Yeah, like he should definitely jump in the Detroit Pro.
Yes, right. Yeah, perfect timing.
But I'll do it.
Look, I don't, Ian, I'm pretty much on board with you. The only statement I can't make is that he has the best side chest in the pro league. I can't make that statement.
Wait,
I can see that's the most picturesque. I could see
I would have to see that before I could say it.
I'm not saying that he would necessarily beat everyone in that pose. I'm saying, okay.
But that's what we were saying.
But wait. I'm saying he has the best side chest. I'm saying like Keon might have the best front double, but when you put him next to Samson, yeah, he probably.
But that's what we were trying to quantify that. I said to you, is it the most?
Look, I think in this aspect he does have I think he does have the best side chest. Do I think he would beat everyone in the pose? Not necessarily. Do I think he could beat Martin in the pose? Yes.
Okay, then we agree 100%. Because that's exactly where I was. I was saying to you, I think, see, Seth, this is how me and Ian.
But I still stand by the statement.
Me and Ian have to talk like this. We have to argue in a circle, and then we come back to the point.
I still stand by the statement that I think he can beat Hottie in the side chest.
I definitely disagree with you, but that we'd have to see it on stage.
Yeah.
The whole point is, I do agree with you that it's a trademark shot for him.
Yeah.
but I don't think
like if you're gonna show someone a diagram or like explain bodybuilding to people, you would be like, this is how you do a side chest, this is a front lat, this is a front lat, this guy's name's Chris Bumstead, like that's what you want to look like, whether you're bigger than him, smaller than him, whatever, you want to have that look. That's the shot you want, that's the proportions we want. And I think that's what Ian's getting at. It's like it's a statuesque pose, like it's
which I said
it's hard to understand, like, and I actually did a video about this the other day. Like, it's so odd to me. Like, this is kind of going off the topic, but like, Chris's physique is like, I've been around Chris once. I was backstage at the Olympia with Ian for like 2 seconds. I've never been around Chris, but like, even being in a brief and like proximity to him, like I can see like the quality of muscle and the density of that physique and like the quality of like just everything about it.
Yeah,
it's funny to me that the average person or kids that get into lifting and whatever, that they think that that's like an attainable physique.
Yeah.
It's odd to me. It's very odd.
Yeah.
Cause like they wouldn't look at Samson and be like, totally attainable. No problem. Like I could fucking do that. No problem. But it's like, they look at Chris and they're like, I've got a tiny waist and I've got this and I can do this. Like, yeah, but you don't get it, bro. Like, this is not like human to you. You are, you know what I mean? It's like it's very odd. I think they discount the level and the greatness of that physique, because to them it seems like it's almost like a downsized physique because it's not a monster physique, but it's like it's not at all, dude. Like that is unhuman to you when you stand next to it.
I was the same thing, Mike. I was backstage with Ian at the Olympia I think the day before Chris went on. They were tanning him, and I was just he's just standing there like leaning against a chair with his shirt off, and I'm like, that just doesn't look normal. Like the way shit inserts and the skin skin texture and the
lines. It's the same way with like even your average, like these kids who maybe never seen like a high level open guy. Like you don't understand. Like he may look small next to so and so, but he is not a small dude.
Yeah,
and he has like ungodly body parts that you could only dream to have.
Right.
And you're putting down this guy's physique or thinking that like this is like run of the mill type stuff. Like these are elite bodies. Like
I don't think
it's like to even compare them is wild.
I think it's funny the way people throw around the term genetics. Like I was listening to a Jay Cutler interview where he was saying to the interviewer, yeah, I didn't have the best genetics, but I worked really hard and I, became Mr. Olympia. And I'm like,
that's a nice story.
I'm like, Jay, I just wanted to,
nice one, Jay. Like
I wanted to text him and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You were like
were you a string bean when you were growing up? You're like a little nerd.
I remember pictures.
You see this guy at 17 in the pictures. He's like,
when he won the junior USA, he was already like 270 pounds, like with massive fucking quads. I'm like, his genetics aren't just like when people say genetics, people when they say genetics are like Flex Wheeler.
Right.
No, and I've said this so many times on the show. Genetics can be the density of your muscle. Genetics can be how fucking quickly or how easily you get shredded while maintaining muscle. Genetics can be how fast you put on fucking mass, what your muscle looks like, what the skin texture is when you do the
frame. Like to understand the size of that frame, like that bone structure and that width and that like thickness front to back. Like those are like, there's some guys you see, if you see their thickness front to back, they're wider than you are standing straight up.
Right. It's funny because
holy shit, like
another good example of that, Mike, is Branch Warren says it all the time. I didn't have the best genetics, but I worked harder than everybody. And I'm like, granted, you fucking worked harder than everybody, but you also have awesome genetics. Like, I'm sorry, you're a freak. Yes, maybe you don't have the best genetics for like aesthetics, but your fucking genetics are insane because the fact that you can get that big and that shredded is not just because you worked hard. There is a genetic component involved.
He just posted that picture of him with his fucking, it had to be like a 2009.
Yeah,
photo.
I saw it. I'll show it right now. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you look at Branch when he was younger, he actually did have an aesthetic physique.
Yeah.
He was just bottom heavy when he first came.
And something happened.
This. I'm sorry, but you have genetics, bro. That's not like I just find it funny when people are like, yeah, I didn't have great genetics. I'm like, well, you could say I didn't have great aesthetics, but you didn't become second at the Olympia and a multiple Arnold winner without having great genetics. That's just not true. I can't.
Yeah, 'cause there's other people who work that hard. They don't look like Branch.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ben says it all the time. Ben says to me when he used to work out with Luke, he said, I used to eat better than he did. I used to take the same fucking drugs, and I used to train just as hard and even heavier sometimes. Because Ben used to squat
he's
like fucking
strong.
7, 8 plates. He's a strong fucking guy.
Yeah.
And he goes, I would watch Luke grow week after week after week, and I would stay the same size.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's genetics. That's what that is. You know what I mean?
Like our friend Louis.
Structure thing is another one.
What's that?
Structure and genetics are two different things. You know, at least whenever people are talking.
Yeah. So anyway, so back to Chris. We got off on a tangent there. So everybody's going to beat him in the side chest. What about other poses?
Side chest.
Side chest done.
How's his back lat spread, Ian? That's one pose I've never seen on Chris.
Oh yeah, we've never seen that before.
And the side tricep. I'm excited to see his
side tri is good. His back lat is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like his front.
Okay, like it's thin, or it's not wide enough.
It's very wide. It's just not, it's a little on the thin side through like the mid.
But that's a better problem to have than if it wasn't wide enough.
Yeah.
Especially as a tall guy. Yeah.
He's gonna have crazy detail, I'm sure, through his hamstrings and back, his glutes.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking exciting, man. I think everybody's like, it's funny too. It's the first time, like, well, I shouldn't say everybody. I have seen some jerk offs online who are like, what's the point, bro? And I'm like it's such a fucking downer. Why can't you just be like everybody else and be like, this is awesome. We're all gonna have a great time.
Want to see this. Who cares?
Who doesn't want to fucking see it?
If you're a bodybuilding fan, you must love this.
Yeah.
I really want to see. I personally want to see guys from the Physique go to the open class. I personally like. There's guys.
From classic Physique.
Yeah, classic. My bad. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I'd like to see Mike Sommerfeld.
What I was going to say, I'd like to see men's Physique guys go to the classic Physique side, and then
I think more and more will,
and then just get rid of men's Physique.
Yeah,
too much money, not happening. But like even like the guys the younger guys that were in classic, like those guys putting on 15, 20 pounds. I think they'd fare incredibly well.
Well, let me ask you this though, Seth. Let me ask you this. If you're a 25, 23, 26-year-old guy, and you've seen Chris create this like entire empire out of just being the classic guy, do you want to push your body? And let me add a couple things. You've also seen a lot of people die in the last 1 or 2 years. We don't know if because of steroids or whatever else. We don't know, but do you want to push your body to that limit? Or are you like, you know what? I can fucking do this a little safer. It's still not, you're still doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I think we're talking a little bit of semantics because these fuckers are still on a bunch of shit.
Okay. Yeah. But wait a minute. I'm not disagreeing with you, but hold on one sec. I just want one caveat. I don't think it's only the amount of drugs that's dangerous. I think it's the amount of drugs plus being 300 pounds. Right.
The amount of muscle, the amount of stress it puts on your body. But all I'm saying is like
a guy who does a bunch of drugs at 230 is going to be healthier than a guy who does a bunch of drugs at 280.
Well,
yeah.
That's just a fact.
As you get up in weight, we all know that you don't have to use the same drugs. You don't have to use the same amounts anymore.
I don't even think it's the drugs, Seth. Wait, before somebody takes that out of context.
Yeah,
the drugs are a problem. The drugs are definitely not safe. Blah blah blah.
What happens if this, like Chris retired? I don't know if we're going to have a definitive person come out of the woodwork and establish themselves as the Mr. Olympia classic physique and literally take it to the heights that Chris did.
Right.
So all I'm saying is I'd love to see if Chris does well at this show. Let's say he goes in and people are like, fuck, classic guys, a little bit heavier. They could go into some open shows and they could start to move into that and create their own path there and work their way in. Like, look at Rafa. Like if Rafa came in, shredded to the bone, do you think he'd do better than he did being a little fuller? I think he would. So I think it creates that opportunity for some of these guys. I can't remember that fucker's name.
But wait a minute. We got away from the conversation I wanted to have really quickly. I just want to take a side note here. Do you think the steroids are the culprit behind the deaths more so than the weight that the guys are putting on?
No, I mean, I think
Because I believe
amount of-
that there's a certain amount of weight that you have to put on
Yeah.
that starts a cascade of events like blood pressure.
Yeah, but there's 280, 300-pound people that are living to like
Yeah.
way
not
older.
muscular, and it's different
I
when you're
think-
carrying 300 pounds of fat is different than 300 pounds of muscle.
Is it?
Yes, because your heart is working far harder to pump blood to that muscle. It's not the same thing. I'm telling you,
say
if
that
you-
it's they all fuck you up. They do. I mean, the drugs fuck
I
you
do
up.
agree being
Weight,
heavy is bad for you for sure.
yeah, the weight fucks you up for sure. I don't know if we can actually, I could confidently say it's one or the other. I'd say that in this sport, they go hand in hand.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Especially in an off-season setting, we can all say that whenever you hear somebody breathing through the microphone.
I guess what I'm saying, going back to our original point though, is the only reason I'm saying classic is safer than open,
Sure.
because I do believe they take the same drugs or close to. The only reason I feel like it's safer is just because the weight that you have to put on, I feel like is a massive stress on the body.
For sure. But I also think that there's some guys in classic that could put on 15 pounds of muscle and go into the open and fare just as well as they are in physique or in classic.
Yeah.
But I wonder, Fouad, with classic, you have the added strain of a weight limit. So
you mean making weight in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dehydration is probably a little bit more, perhaps a little bit more extreme in some classic cases because they have to make weight.
Yeah,
so that's a different danger that open guys don't have to face.
Right. But I would say that's more of an acute danger, whereas the size you have to carry for years on end is a chronic danger.
But what, like,
Right?
I don't know, I'm just speculating.
Think about it this way. You have 3 days where you have to make weight. Yes, that's acutely dangerous for your body in those 3 days. But when you're 300 pounds for years on end, and you have high blood pressure and high fucking red blood cell counts, and like starts to affect your kidneys, and it starts like this all is a cat.
I think to say that someone's 300 pounds and they're going to have all these problems is a case a lot of the time. But I think as we're getting more involved as bodybuilders and like see guys Samson size and like stepping on stage at that weight, like I would take a guess. I don't know because I don't talk to Samson like that or any guy in the pro leagues, but I would be under the assumption that their blood work is highly scrutinized and monitored. So they're being aware of what's going on and they're taking calculated risks. And a lot of guys are a lot more conscious now about taking care of like cardio and doing things like that, especially when they're at the weights that they're at and they're looking at blood pressure. Like I can say for back when I competed, I didn't do any of that, like ever. I fucking did never even thought about it. I never thought about it once. But the fact that these guys are at least cognizant of it, and they're like, you see guys nowadays, like they'll post a picture of their blood pressure reading at like a story on their Instagram, like, bro, fucking my resting heart rate's fucking 72 or whatever, 64, and they're like fucking killer, right? So I think guys are a lot smarter nowadays, whereas back in our generation or even generations a little after us, like we were just like,
we didn't give a fuck,
dude. Like eat and go, train hard, go home, don't move.
I guess
back in our day,
I guess I'm just trying to say, like, I'm trying to make one broad statement that doesn't apply to any one person, and I guess general statements like this aren't always the best to make. I guess the only statement I'm trying to make is being heavier is more detrimental to your health than being lighter.
For sure.
That's kind of to me, that's kind of a common sense statement. It doesn't mean that every single person that weighs 250 or plus is going to be out of shape or is going to die soon. It just means that you're increasing your chances of problems.
Putting strain physically on your body and internally, right? With all, like you said, with
this entire sport is nothing but a risk.
Most sports are.
Yeah, but going back to our original, the reason we got off on this tangent, Seth, going back to that was you're saying, should classic guys, maybe they want to go into the open? And I'm like, if I already know I'm at a risk, and if I am in a place where my physique is almost there, and I'm trying to.
We all just said that we didn't really give a fuck back then. Some of these guys might not be. They might be doing this for.
We also might not know how much it took for that classic guy to get to where he's at right now, and it might be more drugs than anyone could fathom. And he's like, man, like, what's a little bit more? Like
that's true.
I'm like a 205-pound guy who all of a sudden now I'm 245. Or 35, and I'm like, it took me like the world to get there, why do I care if I crank another fucking 500 milligrams of this, right? But that was like that stress on that body. That guy probably not taking too good care of himself, and maybe his blood work's all out of whack and his fucking kidneys are fucked. But he's just like, eh.
All right, let's go back to.
But you know what though? If we had back in early,
disagree.
20 years ago too, you couldn't find a doctor that would do blood work on you if you were doing steroids.
Or if they saw your blood work and you're a bodybuilder, they'd be like, "You're fucking fucked. Go to the hospital." Like,
Which that happened to me.
Yeah, happened to me too.
Seth, I'm going to go back to my original question.
Yeah,
you're 25 years old. You're at the Olympia level in classic, right? Let's say not top 5, you're top 10. And classic is super popular. All the kids are like, I want to be Chris Bumstead, and you're like on your way. Do you really have the drive to be like, I'm going to go put on another 20 pounds of muscle and start at the bottom again?
I'm just saying, I was saying it from my own personal choice of being like, I'd love to see it occur. Like, look at Matt Grego.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. He could be an open guy for sure.
I'd like to see Matt Grego put
that
on
motherfucker could be like Jean-Pierre Fuchs all over again. It's just a big
wild. And I'm just saying, then I can't remember the other guy. He was a young guy. I think he was right around that, I think 7 or 8. I can't fucking remember his name for some reason.
Yeah.
But same thing with him. I was like, he could put on some weight and go in there, and I could see him do it incredibly well. So just,
listen, I agree with you. The only reason I'm pushing back is just for conversation's sake.
For sure.
But the other question though you have to think about is, and this probably happened to you too, because you had a little bit wider waist when you were competing. My physique was closer to classic when I was coming up, and the more size I put on, the more it changed. So maybe some of these classic guys don't necessarily look as pretty. Like, we're all assuming that when they put on that 20 pounds, they're still going to have the exact same proportions.
But
that might not happen.
I think back then in that era, it wasn't really very,
we didn't give a fuck.
Mindful. Yeah. Everybody's like, fuck it, just get as big as you can.
Nobody cares about the waist. Just step on stage with a gut. Nobody cares.
Nobody was doing
different influences too.
Nobody was doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Iain, what do you think?
Of what?
Do you think if you were a 25, 26-year-old kid and you were already like in the top 10 at the Olympia, you would have any aspirations, or do you think you'd be like, I'm right where I need to be?
Well, it depends what you want to be. Like, I mean, like we talk about like as if, every guy, or like we're I guess this is the conversation, but we talk about like these guys should go to the open as if like being an open bodybuilder is what they would want to be versus being a classic guy. Like why would they want to be an open guy? Like why is it better to be an open guy? It's not necessarily, obviously from the winnings in terms of prize money, but like we all know that that's like barely anything in terms of what guys are actually making in terms of their income. That's really irrelevant, to be honest, unless you're Sam's winning the men's open.
Not as much anymore. The prize money is increasing quite a bit.
Yeah, but I mean, like even then, like maybe you win a couple shows and make some money. They're all maybes. They're all like stories on top versus the 10, 15, 20K a month you're getting on contracts.
Right.
So that's like
I think there's a lot of guys in classic too. They're a little bit delusional. I don't think that like they belong there when they definitely have the structure and the framework to like, they're more suited to being a bodybuilder, like in terms of the way they're put together. And they they seem to kind of gravitate towards that category because they like the thought of the category and they like the whole idea of fitting into that mold and having that kind of physique. But if you're really honest with yourself, like I can think of a few people off the top of my head, like you can shift right into bodybuilding with zero problems. And if you're to put on any more size or keep going on this journey of being classic, you're just going to stay like middle of the pack, like very low, never progress, because you have the genetic potential to hold a lot more muscle than you do. Yes, you might not be the pretty guy on stage who does like these poses, but it's like, you need to get in where you fit in, man. Like sometimes you're just not that guy.
Mike, do that again. Do that again. It's going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I'll disagree with that because I think that, like, once again, we're assuming that, like, maybe they just want to be in classic. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that they're like, I don't care if I would place a little better or place the same in open. Like, I like classic. This is the look that I enjoy. Even if I don't fit the mold perfectly, like, this is where I want to be. I like the posing. I like what it stands for. And that's where they want to compete. I think classic is becoming the most popular division. I think a lot of guys like it, and I think a lot of them don't want to be open bodybuilders. They don't want to be that big. They don't want to, do whatever is entailed in that. And I think that a lot of guys just want to be classic because they like it. And vice versa.
I agree with that too.
Even when I was younger, which I never was light enough, even at the first show I ever did, really, to make a classic cutoff. And like Fouad said, I looked a lot more classic. Yeah, maybe I would have won the Olympian Classic, which I'm not saying I would, but like, let's say if that's how good you are, it's like, yeah, but I still don't give a shit about being classic. Where the guys in the classic might feel that way about the open. Like you could say to Chris, well, you could have won the open. He'd be like, yeah, but I want to be the classic Mr. Olympia. Like, this is what I like.
Right.
So like to say they should be doing the open, it's like, why,
Yeah.
No, I don't think they should be doing the open. I'm just saying that some guys should like
their physiques are more suited.
Like,
they're more suited. And there's also guys in every class that are more suited.
What I'm giving feedback after shows, sometimes you have a few of those guys where they're in classic, but it's not a classic.
Yeah,
look
but Paul, you know what? I think Ian's right that a guy might be happier being 7th at the Olympia and being in the class that he like. This is kind of what I was saying to Seth is maybe he doesn't want to put on 20 more pounds. Maybe he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I get it.
And maybe maybe he just likes, like Ian said, maybe he likes what the class stands for.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But I mean, when I'm giving feedback to you get those in-betweeners. Somebody who's...
Are you talking about pro shows or amateur shows? Obviously, amateur. Mostly amateur for sure. The amateur shows, I think that's warranted because they still might not know their way, and even as a pro show, it's like, hey, you could try for the open, but then they still get to make that decision. Be like, oh, I appreciate the feedback, but thank you. I want to stay in classic.
Right, for sure. I actually had to have that happen a little while ago. Johnny Shreve, one of his clients, I was like, Johnny, I think he's a little bit more of a bodybuilder. His structure, he's got a lot of muscle in that. He didn't want to go open though at all, and he ended up getting his pro card in classic eventually anyway, so it worked out. But sometimes you get these guys who are at the top of their class in classic already, and they're missing body parts. So then it's like, well, you need more muscle. So the only option
you're not going to be able to
is to go to bodybuilding.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? We were, Seth, you were saying something about all this, and then I got totally off. I sidetracked you.
I was just saying it'd be cool to see some of them go, and then we went on a tangent.
We never do that.
I just want to see somebody, maybe it works.
There's tons of guys I would love to see that are in men's physique and classic guys in open. I would love to see it, but then I feel like it's always the natural thing in the conversation of like, and it is everywhere of like, they should. They're like, or should go to open, but it's like, why?
Well, I think the reason like fan, like I'm going to put my fan hat on for a second. I just want to see it.
Yeah.
It's not because I think ORS should be open or should be this or should be that. It's just like anytime you could see somebody, it's kind of like when you watch fighting. You see a guy win the middleweight belt, and you're like, oh, I wonder if he could win the lightweight belt.
Right.
Oh, I wonder if he could win the heavyweight belt. Oh, I wonder. And then you're like, it's the same kind of thing. You're like, oh, he's third at the fucking classic. I wonder what he would be in open. And then it's just an entertainment thing. You're like,
I can understand that for sure.
And that's strictly for me. That's strictly where it comes from. I don't think anybody should go to open. I don't think classic sucks. I don't think any of those things. Everybody belongs where they want to be. You want to be men's physique? Go be fucking men's physique. But as a fan, I'm like, I wonder what it'd be like. Some of those men's physique guys are fucking jacked. I'm like, I wonder what he would look like in a 212.
Yeah. I'm speaking more from like, you'll see on the comments all the time, like on any of these guys. You even see it on Chris's, any of these top guys that are, a little heavier muscle, and there'll be a million people in the comments be like, this isn't classic. They should be doing open, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, for one, they're placing top 5 at the Olympics, so clearly the fucking classic.
Yeah, right.
Two, it's like, even if they would place the same placing in the open, let's say they could move over, be 5th to 5th.
Yeah.
You're assuming that they want to do that. And it's like, that's a stupid assumption,
Yeah.
Because we perceive open as like the premier class because it is the Sandow, it's, the fucking biggest purse, whatever, that they perceive it the same way. And some of these guys, maybe their aspiration is just to be the best in classic they can be,
Right.
We'll probably see a point in time where classic becomes a marquee class more than open at some point in time, 10, 15 years down the road. It seems like more and more young people like that look.
It's already friggin' burying men's open. I mean, from an amateur all the way up to the pro standpoint, the numbers in terms of turnout and competitors is 50x.
It is. I mean, but the viewerships when you get to the top shows is this.
But I agree. And
with Chris,
to the Olympia and stuff, that the viewership is. I don't think for a live stream perspective it necessarily is, but I think in terms of a live gate, it's like almost a highest percentage for sure. Men's open guy.
What a great time for bodybuilding.
I think the live stream thing is a problem though, and I don't think it's accurate. I think a lot of fans are not buying live streams because there's literally channels putting out the fucking live stream as it's happening.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't know how the fuck that's possible, because if that happens at Detroit, I'm gonna fucking copyright strike every fucking channel. So I'm like,
next.
I don't know why promoters are allowing that to happen. Like the UFC would never be like, yeah, sure, you can all fucking just show the no, you have to pay for the pay-per-view to be able to, and you have to.
That I thought usually what they were doing is they were like watching themselves and commentating on, but not showing it.
No, it's like
that would be okay. But...
No, but even if like, I know Desktop, and no offense to Xavier, like, you know, I like the guy, but I know he does like live streams. He doesn't show the live stream, but he'll show a photo of the live stream like a second after it happens.
That should be okay though.
Yeah, but then why is anybody
that could end up on Instagram a second later too. It's not a big difference, you know.
I know, but I'm like, and I'm not saying necessarily it's wrong. I'm saying, why would anybody buy the live stream if I could see the photos 5 seconds later?
Why does anyone pay for porn? You know what I mean?
No, but that doesn't happen with UFC. Like, they control that shit. You can't put out
porn free somewhere.
I'll see you guys later. I gotta do a load of laundry.
Is it free somewhere?
I'm just thinking of it from a business perspective. Like UFC, like you have to buy a license to be able to show it, like at a bar or whatever. Like, I don't think any of these media channels.
And either way, though, if you go on YouTube on the day of like a fight, you can find a million live streams where people will put up like a fucking nobody channel, and like they just do it. And they know they'll get copyright strike and shut right down, but they do it and it gets the views anyways, and then it disappears. I watch it all the time.
I always try and find those. I can't find them.
I literally watch almost every fight like that.
Do you really?
Yeah, all the time.
You're part of the problem. You know?
It's not. No, I'm not part of the problem. It's they got to stop. Once they stop it, I'll pay. So it's on them to be more protective. You know.
Going back to viewership, and honestly, no offense to Xavier. Listen, he's just doing his thing. So if you know, I'm all for it. That's fine. I just think, actually, I'm not all for it.
It's still pretty new though.
I feel like. Look, it all is encompassing of each other. People want the athletes to make more money, and people want promoters to pay more money to the athletes. The people need to buy the live stream.
How much is the live stream for Prague?
Sorry, let me caveat something. I only do that with fighting. I always pay for bodybuilding live streams.
You do actually pay live. I do
pay for every sports I support, like at a high level like that, arm wrestling or bodybuilding or track and field. I pay for the live streams every time for sure. Yeah. Prague's probably going to be like 35 euros or something, 40 euros. Yeah.
They could probably make Prague 135 euros and people are going to buy it.
No, I think they would be smarter to make it really cheap so that all the little kids will buy it and not second guess it. I think you need to make it like $14.99 and just by volume, you know?
That's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah. I was getting at if the volume's there and it would be cheaper, like you'll make up in the volume for building it into that. Because if you
make it $9.99, you know, like
if you made a UFC fight out of the gate $140, first time, nobody's fucking buying it, but they're like, hey, if we make this $19.99,
right,
everyone's buying it.
But see,
especially when it's Chris, because Chris's viewership is younger people.
The thing is,
a lot of them don't buy live streams because they're 18 and they don't like want to spend $20, you know.
The thing is, like the Olympia, for example, I think the live stream was like $80 or something like that, $70.
$100 with tax and everything.
$74.99 for the 2 days.
How much was it?
$74.99 for the 2 days, I think.
$74.99 for 2 days. People were complaining about that.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That was a lot.
Guys, you can't ask. Look, I'm not saying it's not a lot.
I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying it is
expensive. Wait. Let me.
It's more.
Let me figure out what I'm thinking here. You pay $75 for a UFC fight. So you're in a sport that you love and it's your sport, and you won't pay the $75 for the Super Bowl of our sport.
I would pay it, but yeah.
Oh, I would, and I did. But
I know, but you're saying it's expensive, and I'm like,
well,
but boxing
for bodybuilding standards, especially when the Arnold is doing it for free.
Do you think this is the question? Do you think that they would, if it was $49.99, more people would have bought over $74.99?
I think so, but how many more?
I don't think it would make a big difference at that cut price. No,
I don't think it would have made.
I think the people that are going to buy it are going to buy it, whether it's 50 or 75.
Yeah. When do you think that threshold? Where do you think that number is?
25.
What's
25.
that?
25.
Yeah. You think 25?
Guys, you can't listen, man. You can't expect Jake Wood to go I'm gonna pay out 600 grand to the winner, and everybody cheers, yay, he won 600 grand, yay, second place won 250, but I don't want to pay the $75.
Yeah, how much do you think of their generated revenue is actually coming from live stream versus from the expo, though?
That's kind of what I was getting at.
No. Look,
I'm trying to say, where is the break-even point on the number?
All that shit goes into one pot. It doesn't matter if the bulk of their money is probably coming from sponsorships, not anywhere else.
Yes.
It's probably coming from the Panadas and the Celsiuses and the fucking monster fucking sponsorships. You know, those companies are probably honestly where they get the biggest chunk of their cash. But it's all encompassing. And all I'm saying is, you know, if fans didn't complain about what bodybuilders were making, then I would say, okay, you can complain about the pay-per-view. But if you're going to sit at home and type on your phone, bodybuilding sucks, they don't pay the athletes enough, then you have to buy the pay-per-view so that they can pay the athletes what you want them to get paid.
But that's not equated. They equate a pay-per-view to going directly into their pockets.
Well, some of it is, for sure. I mean, no promoter's doing it for free.
So, no, not at all. But what I'm saying is with that this concept here was, at what dollar amount do you bring it down to start to push that volume? Because if the volume's not there at these high prices, then it's like, okay, let's take a look at if we would bring down the price, when would the volume increase? And as the volume continues to increase and we keep everybody excited, how do we go from $9.99 to $19.99 to $24.99?
Right.
And I was thinking with, the Olympia, that's the Super Bowl. So if it was $24.99, would we have increased the number of people watching or buying enough to say that was worth it? And we continue to compound on it. Like, I'd love to see the numbers to see what it would be, or the number of
market research on that.
I'm gonna assume, and I'm not, this is maybe a stretch for some people, but I'm gonna assume that the Olympia has done this homework.
Oh, I'm
gonna assume that they've already tested previous years. Hey, we did it for $49.99 last year, and we only got this many. Let's do it for $69 or whatever. Like, I'm sure they've done that homework already. They're not just going to be like arbitrarily. You know what I mean?
No. I'm just saying in general, in terms of, like we just asked, do you think more people would have bought it at $49.99? No. So they're like, yeah, fuck yeah. And they let's say they do all their market analysis of it all. But if we're saying that more people are pirating these things and putting it out and trying to entice people to buy it, like, would dropping the price do so?
Well, I think to your point, Seth, and I think Arnold did a really smart thing here, was by putting it out for free. Because when you put it out for free, then you eliminate all the people sharing it on all their social medias, because it's fucking free. So you're just going to watch it live. And they made their money by the sponsors paying for the live feed.
100. Yes.
Yeah. So that's definitely the best way to go. But at the same time, you have to then say to yourself, how much money did I make at $74.99 versus how much money did I make from the sponsors that sponsored it?
Right.
Absolutely. So do you think that, so how many people does anybody know the numbers from the Olympia?
I don't know if they put that out.
How many people do you think bought it?
Honestly, I would have no clue. Like, I'd have to ask Brian Powers how many people watched the Arnold last year versus
it's probably a lot less than we think.
I think there's probably
Can't
something.
search live stream buys for last year's Olympia.
Listen, there's probably something to the fact that Brian did it for free, because they obviously switched for a reason.
So all I'm getting at is how much sponsor would pay for the live stream at the Olympia. So if you think there was 10,000 people that bought it,
I don't think there's that many.
No, you don't think so? That's the number I had in my head.
10,000. That's
75 grand.
Pay-per-views for bodybuilding, man.
So that's 75 grand.
I have no. But around the world, though, that's too many. You think?
No, that's 750 grand.
$25
at 10,000. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it was 750, it would be 75 grand.
Yeah. 750. You're right.
My bad.
You think that's too high, Ian? Around the world, 10,000 people?
I could be wrong, but I
have no idea either.
That sounds way too high to me.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Dude, 5,000 people go to the show. You don't think 10,000 people bought it?
I would think you get at least 5,000-6,000 in the US alone.
There's 5,000. There's 5,000 people in the audience. So
you think there's that many in the audience? Is there? Yeah.
Well, there's at least 3, right? Let's say there's 3,000 people in the audience. You think only a multiple of 3 bought it on pay-per-view?
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Bodybuilding,
around...
I do. Yeah, I think obviously in more mainstream sports, I think that obviously the variance from gate to pay-per-view is obviously dramatic. It's like a stadium with 15,000 will sell 200,000 on the pay-per-view. But I don't think bodybuilding's pulling that kind of numbers. I think if they're selling like 6,000 to 8,000, I would be surprised. They could be selling 25,000. I have no idea.
Be interesting to
know. I'd like to know this number. I guess.
Do you think they would actually tell us?
Gotta be like somewhere on the internet.
I'd like to know Brian Powers putting it out for free and having someone sponsor it, because if you're talking $750,000 to sponsor the live stream, there's not a fucking company on earth that would be like, let me do that.
Right.
You know?
All right, let's see if I get a response. Anyways, I don't even know how the fuck we got there. I don't know. There's a lot of statements there, man. That's tough. I don't know what to say. I don't know. $75 only. It doesn't seem like a big deal to me, only because that's what people pay every weekend for UFC. Not every weekend, every pay-per-view for UFC.
Yeah, that's a massive sport.
These productions are going to get better too.
But this is I agree with you, Mike. That's a massive sport, but bodybuilding is supposed to be like your thing. Like all these
but that's the thing. It's a very even though it's as big as it is, it's a niche sport when it comes to the grand scheme of things.
I also think unless you're a very hardcore fan, when you're watching fighting sports like boxing or that, you're usually ordering it as like a communal thing.
Yeah.
Not like, look, I've bought pay-per-views before and sat in my living room by myself watching a fucking UFC fight, but usually it's like you got a couple buddies over, somebody brings the fucking booze, you pay for the pay-per-view, it's like, or you're going to a bar, or like, I think usually when people buy those pay-per-views, it's not solitary. With bodybuilding shows, it's 100% almost every time solitary.
Right. So we never.
It's also like you should give people the option to like buy certain aspects of the show,
certain classes.
Yeah, like I don't want to like charge a premium for the men's open final. Do you know what I mean, or something like that? But like when you're buying a live stream, and I'm sure people watching this can attest to it. You have little to no interest in what's happening with the bikini rounds, the fucking wellness round.
The problem with that is like they would have to make the price lower, and their revenue would be so down, because almost 0 people are probably watching it for fitness. 7 people are probably watching it for fucking 212. Like there's almost nobody watching a lot of these.
It's almost like you wish you could provide those live streams for free and then capitalize on like the main.
Yeah, but then you would have to. But then at that point you'd have to charge $75 for the men's open of the classic anyways to like make the revenue the same. So it's tough. Might as well just charge $75 and make it all. And you're basically saying that those ones are free and you're paying for these.
Okay, guys, really quickly before we move on to questions. Seth, you go first. Assuming Raphael and Akeem are doing Prague, where will Chris place?
Second.
We'll do real predictions when we get closer, but just for now. Second. Mike?
First. I love Chris.
Ian?
Well, because Mike did that, he's my brother-in-law.
Now you have to, yeah.
First, I love him. He's my favorite.
No, for real, Ian. Is that you think he can win? I think he can win. I think
he can win.
I think he can win.
I said it, and I did a breakdown on my story. I think in my head it's 5 poses to 3, but if one pose goes a different way, now it's 4 to 4, and now it's like it's close. So I don't know. Yeah, if I'm like, look, if I'm putting money on it, like if I'm like someone's like 10 grand, I'm going Martin. But do I think it's possible that Chris could win? 100%. I also think he's probably going to look. I expect him to look a decent amount bigger and fuller with the weight cap being more like being unbridled now. So I don't know. I mean, I'm going to say Chris to be a good brother-in-law, but I think Martin. Yeah,
Paul.
I would have him third.
Behind
if Rafa and Akeem, maybe possibly even fourth behind Akeem.
Who's winning?
Martin. And then I'd have Rafa, maybe Akeem, and then Chris, or Chris. Rafa, then Chris, Akeem. I think he'd be battling with Rafa and Akeem though.
Chris is.
Really Chris
is not going to like you very much.
I'm sorry. I'd love Chris, but
Chris ain't going to see this. Don't worry.
He ain't watching it.
Yeah, but all his followers are going to tell him Paul hates him.
I don't want to hate him. Don't start that way. I just don't know. Like Akeem, like he's gonna beat Akeem from the back, but Akeem's got so much muscle, and Akeem's got nice shape too. I don't know.
The thing with Akeem though is the detail and conditioning is not going to match Chris's.
Yeah,
From
I
the
don't
back,
think
no.
Rafa. I
Even
think
from front.
From everywhere.
Well, I don't think it'll match it, but his size is gonna be.
Yeah, but
So that's a matter how much.
But that's all he's going to have on him.
One aspect of 3.
But quite a bit too, though.
I don't think it's that much.
No.
Well, you know what? Let's go to. I think what we should do is, figure out who we trust in this whole thing by going to our standings. And just so you guys.
Here we go.
Oh, wait a minute.
This program.
Wait a minute. It's not this program. It's the podcast program. So, just so you guys know, Iain was on Bodybuilding Bollocks with me, James, and Ben, and we had to reconfigure everything to just the top 10 so that it was fair because not everybody got to do the 15, and a lot of guys still had Nick in their predictions. So we had to
which fucks it all because then for everyone that had Nick, we just gave him a -2 where it could have been like a -9 for who they put there.
Yeah, but I think that's a fair way to do it. We gave somebody a little bit. We gave him a little.
It's not fair to us that didn't have Nick there beforehand.
You didn't have Nick in yours beforehand. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have him before.
No,
so
but
those people might have put someone in there that might have ended up being a -6, and now I'm getting beat by them because they just got this arbitrary -2.
Yeah, but between us here, we all had Nick out of it. So for us, it's all fair.
Sure.
All right. So this was the standings after that got adjusted to just the top 10. Me and Ben tied for first. Then
what? What? Where the fuck did I go? I was tied for first.
Sorry, you got moved down.
What?
You missed an episode, Mike.
Yeah, well, because after we only did the top 10, it changed the scores.
Top 10
and after we took Nick out because Nick was in a bunch of their predictions, so we had to take Nick out. So
yeah, it moved a lot of them way up when they didn't have because it was giving everyone like a -10 for Nick.
Me and Ben tied for first. Ryan is somebody who works for me, took third. Paul, you moved up to fourth.
Yeah,
you were like 8th before.
Ahead of Iain.
Yeah, Ian's 5th.
Oh shit.
Nick also works for me. He was tied with Iain for 5th.
And Brett.
Brett looks good.
Brett is also tied for me. Seth, 8th place.
How come I got the shittiest body?
Place.
James,
I'm in a hoodie, Paul.
You see my body, Mike? I look like a fucking.
Where's Paul?
An old man. Look at that body. What'd you do to me, Fouad? That's not my real body.
That's your body.
That's not my body.
I thought it was pretty solid.
That's not my body, Seth.
What do you think it is?
A lot more round than that. Look at that. I got no shoulders. I got no traps.
Dude, how do you see yourself in the mirror?
A lot rounder than that.
Oh,
I look like I got nothing there.
Dude, you're an old man.
Well, you better fucking crank the fucking gear up, Paul, because this is fucking
plus.
This is the God showing you.
I will if that's a true depiction, but I don't know that it is. Can you just show me that picture, Fouad? That
you look you look very frail.
I'm gonna.
I know.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that photo.
They photoshopped it. You're way bigger than that.
No,
I gotta be. There's no way I look like that.
It's your photo. So
look at, there's no separation. My shoulder, my arm, it just goes straight.
Bring a
They're right there, Fouad.
No, that's
Yeah,
not it.
see, I look way better there.
That's not it.
Look the exact same.
Look,
There, I look way better. I don't look the exact same. I
That's
look
the photo.
smaller.
No, that's
Yeah,
exactly
That's not
it.
the photo. You fucked
Look,
with it.
you
Look at
fucking
that. That's
idiot.
not it at all.
No, it's black and white, so you're losing the angle. You're losing
Yeah, that's
the light
what it
on
is. It's the background.
It's exactly the same photo.
It's because there's no contrast from your left side, our left side delt, and the backdrop where here there's contrast.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
think-
my torn pec side too.
Do you think you look really round here?
Rounder. You can see my front delt. You can see a little separation of my front delt there.
Oh my God, Paul.
Got a point.
See.
He's got a point.
I think it's that background. You could have put me on a more favorable background at least, Fouad.
Shut up.
You got to open up those lats a bit when you take those pics, Paul.
I don't know. I can't anymore, Mike. My shoulders too
Fill up the frame.
All right. All I'm allowed to say on the pay-per-view item is that the pay-per-views were up significantly. That's all I can say.
Oh, good. That helped. That not at all.
Did he give you a number we can say and you can bleep it out?
No,
Just give him a range and see if we're in there.
Okay. Questions. Let's see.
Most unhelpful answer of all time. It's way up.
Way up from what?
Who would win a 50-yard dash, Paul or Fouad? I would for sure win.
That would be close, so Fouad. You wouldn't kill me.
You want to do it?
When we were doing more athletic training,
do
You
it.
guys are gonna pop a hammy. Don't do that.
I've seen Paul run.
I've seen you run. It's not graceful either.
Oh my God, it's way better than your run.
I don't know. It's not that great.
You run like you have cinder blocks on your feet.
I raced
Oh, I got tile foot.
once, and he wasn't as slow as I thought.
Who,
Yeah.
Fouad?
I beat Ian in a race.
Wow.
I was there. There was a lot of drinks consumed that night and other stuff, and that wasn't a true race.
We were very, very high, but I did win.
Yeah.
But we were equal.
You had dress shoes on.
Listen, I had dress shoes on also, and I was more high than he was.
I didn't actually try and run. I just let you win. But I'm saying
okay.
you were faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Please bring emo Mike. Yeah, Mike, it's fucking Halloween. Where's emo Mike?
Well, you guys said you weren't doing costumes, so
I didn't have anything planned.
Emo Mike's gonna make an appearance, though. Don't worry.
All right.
It'll be coming.
No question, but hope Mike is doing okay. I miss the big guy.
Thank you.
Detroit Detroit Pro hints. Antoine Quint. I don't know what you mean. I don't think either one of them is doing Detroit, but Carlos Thomas Jr. is confirmed.
Nice.
There's a really great classic guy. I can't remember his fucking name now. Shit. I got to show you this guy. I got to show you guys this guy. Profile.
And he's doing the classic at Detroit?
Yeah, he's doing his, I don't know if it's his classic debut. No, I don't think it is. I think is his name Carlos? No. Where the fuck? I got to find it. Just I want to show you guys. Nope. Fuck. Maybe I'll have to find it another time. Yes, it is Carlos, actually. Okay. Do you know this guy, Ian? You're usually up to speed on all the new guys.
Yeah, of course. He was a men's physique.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right? I think he's doing it. I think he's doing his debut, his classic debut at Detroit.
Yeah, he's moving up to classic, yeah.
Dude, this guy's fucking big.
Oh, he's massive.
Yeah.
Look how good he looks, man.
It's impressive.
Considering this was a men's physique guy like a year ago, it's pretty nuts, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
This is what I was trying to say to you guys about the men's physique guys. Some of these guys are fucking big.
Yep.
Let's see how
now with the weight cap.
Look at
with
this.
the weight cap now.
Look at this physique.
Not too shabby.
This is him as a men's physique guy. Yeah, the difference is fucking
drastic.
Yeah, I saw these like updates and I was like, holy shit. Look at those fucking shoulders and shit.
Them legs ain't no physique legs.
I know, right?
Look at them things.
Anyway, that's all. I think that's all he's got. There was
For him.
I thought I saw some other updates. Anyway, this guy looks great. Okay. What?
Fuck was that guy? The last guy.
Let's see. Most impressive Olympia debut ever.
Martin's got to be up there.
Dorian Yates.
He came second this year.
Mahaney.
Yeah, nobody's ever won. I mean, Dorian Yates was second. Kevin Levrone was second. Was Flex Wheeler second in his debut?
I don't know. What about Haney? His debut? I think he may have won his debut.
No, he didn't.
No?
Nobody's ever won the Olympia in their debut.
No.
Who beat him?
I don't know, but
Did Arnold technically win his debut?
Didn't he lose to Sergio?
Oh, yeah.
Lee Haney competition history. Let's take a look together and see who he lost to. Was it like Eric Dickerson or something?
Chris Dickerson. Eric
Dickerson's a football player.
Yeah.
Mr. Olympia, first place. Mr. Olympia, third place.
Oh.
That's 83.
83?
Yeah.
Was that Dickerson's year? 83? Or was that Samir Banu?
Mr. Olympia, 1983. Samir Banut.
You want to say that?
Samir Banut. For Paul, would you eat soup every day for the rest of your life to judge at the Mr. Olympia?
How many Olympias? Just one?
As many as you want.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll eat
When
soup
do
for
you
the
get to
rest of
do
your
it
life.
if you have to do it the rest of your life?
I'll eat it every day. I don't got it. I can eat other stuff too.
Yeah, you can, but you have to have one bowl of soup.
One bowl of
every
soup
day.
a day. Sure. To Judge Olympia every year?
It's not
Okay.
it's not a hearty soup. It's a brothy soup.
Yeah, it's a
That's
gross
okay.
soup.
I'll suck down one bowl of soup to Judge Olympia
You
every year.
can't drink it. You have to eat it with a spoon.
I could consume it however I'd like.
No, you have to
No.
eat it like a bowl of soup. Because I know what you're
Okay,
thinking.
fine,
You're like,
that's
I'll just let it cool down and I'll drink it. No. You have to eat it warm and it has to be with a spoon.
Okay, sure. I'll just tilt the bowl and I'll just
Worth it, Paul.
yeah. I'll definitely.
I'm gonna
take
call
that all day.
I'm gonna call Tyler today. I'm like, please, can you make this happen?
Just one. Give me one.
just let him judge the Olympia, please. I had to make him eat a
fucking
bowl of
lobster.
soup.
I gotta eat lobster brisk for the rest of my freaking life.
It's not brisk. There's no R.
What is it?
Paul, how long do you think it'll take before you get to Judge Olympia?
I'm gonna ask for next year, Ian. I don't know if I'll get it, but I'm gonna ask.
Lobster brisk.
Have you asked?
Lobster brisk?
That's
Is that
what he said. That's what he said.
Lobster
brisket.
bread?
It's like a brisket.
Lobster brisk.
Bisque.
Like a brisket.
No.
Iced tea?
Best. Put together a gym of only 10 machines to build your physique. No Smith machine. Each guy picks 2 to 3 machines.
Per body part?
No, not per body part. 10 machines total. Each
Okay.
guy gets.
Who had you start?
Yeah, go.
Should we write it down?
Leg press.
Definitely.
Okay.
Cable stack.
Yeah.
That's a good
Can we pick like a 14 multi-stack cable? You know, like
And that's
Like a
it.
jungle
That's
gym?
it.
huh?
No, okay. So leg press, cable stack, Seth.
I'd go like an incline chest press.
Okay, Paul.
I was just gonna say an adjustable bench.
That's gay. Next, Ian.
No, it's multifunctional. You're gonna need that for a lot of different things.
No. It's okay.
But it's machines.
Yeah, it's a machine, not a bench.
Well, okay, so
So we're
okay.
assuming we have dumbbells or dumbbells we
Yeah.
include?
Dumbbells and
Machines.
barbells we have, so we really don't need any of this bullshit. But yeah,
Come on, Paul. Machine.
I'll take a good preacher.
Okay. Ian.
seated hamstring curl.
Oh,
Seated here. Oh, good one. Hack squat.
I was gonna say that. Leg press.
I said leg press.
Yeah,
I
pick
said
leg
that
press.
one.
God damn it.
We have a leg press, a hack squat, and a lying hand curl. So we're pretty good for leg equipment.
leg extension.
I know
That's a
one.
good one. Okay.
Okay, we definitely don't need
Seth.
any more leg pieces.
Seth.
ISO row.
Okay, like a hammer strength row? Yeah. Yeah.
Hammer
yeah,
strength
okay.
ISO rows. Yeah.
Like
ahead, Paul.
yeah.
Pec deck / rear delt.
Okay.
Good.
Go ahead, Ian.
How many do we have now?
This is the last piece, I think.
No, we only did 2 each. We were supposed to get 3 each.
No, 2 each. There's
No,
5 of
2
us.
each.
There's 10.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Ian.
Okay, so we've got
We got a
4 leg
bicep.
pieces.
We got
A
we got
bicep.
leg. Yeah. We don't have any tricep equipment, but we got cable stack.
Cables.
We have cables and dumbbells. I don't know if we need a tricep piece. We really don't need the preacher either, to be honest. But
We have an incline bench. We have a preacher.
We don't have an adjustable.
We
bench.
have
You
a
guys
back.
let me-
We have a
let me
back
take that.
row, and I guess we have a pull down that goes with the cable stack.
we only need 9. We're good.
How about a calf
If I,
machine?
if I throw
Fucking
one
gym.
more thing in, I probably would pick.
Hmm.
I mean, you
A booty
can't.
builder. Booty
It's
builder.
tough, yeah.
Belt squat.
It's tough to train calves without a calf machine.
That's what I was gonna say. We need a calf machine.
Like you could do it on with barbells, I guess, but it's not ideal. Or well, wait, we have a leg press though.
Yeah,
no,
we
yeah,
don't do
that's
calves
true.
on leg press.
Yeah.
We don't need a calf machine at all. A standing or a seated lateral machine of some kind. I mean,
Yeah.
really
That's all
don't
I
like.
can
We
remember.
already have everything we need by far. You know.
Yeah.
An adductor,
Fuck
abductor.
your 10. We can do it in 9.
Best spot. No, we've already done that before. Has Paul ride backpack with you on the sport bike yet? No.
No, never.
No. Would Paul rather have tile foot and be able to dunk or have to drink soup every day, but he'd be a great rapper?
Ooh, that's a tough pick. Tile foot does. It's
Hey, that's actually a
debilitating
good.
at times.
Wait a second. I don't know this about you. You're my best friend. Would you rather dunk or rap?
If I had to pick between one or the other,
Yeah.
I'll probably dunk.
Yeah,
I
but
would love to dunk.
That's a physical ability.
Yeah,
That's
but
probably
think
gonna
about it.
transfer into-
But wait a minute. Think about this, Paul. how many instances in your life are you going to get to dunk versus rap?
Yeah, but you have to think if you're
Like
able,
rapping is a party trick you can pull out anytime you're out with people.
Yeah, you have to think though, if you're able to dunk, you can probably run decently well. You can do like a lot of physical abilities that come with
I know,
jump.
but think about how often you can use the rapping versus.
But I would spend more time in basketball courts, Fouad, if I could dunk.
Oh, you just hang out there.
I would just go there more often.
Just go to the local YMCA.
I would freaking them on the weekends.
There's lots of outdoor courts where we live. I would definitely
just go there to show off.
Just bring a ball, just throw a couple tomahawks to
him. Oh my god. Question for the boys: if you and your girl switch bodies for a day, are y'all letting her fuck you? Yes.
Sure.
Yes. 100%.
Yes. I want to use that.
I'm curious. I shouldn't say the rest
feeling.
of it. Forget it.
Yeah, say it. Say what you're gonna say. It sounds really good. Yeah. That's gonna sound really good.
I was gonna say,
let her fuck me in the ass.
I want to see how good it feels for me to fuck myself.
Sucking my own.
I was gonna say, I wonder what my performance is like. So I'll be like, yeah. Do your best.
If you let her do it, you're like, wow, this is really fucking bad.
I know, but then
the noises.
When I switched back, then I would know what I had to work on.
What if it was just irreparable damage? You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm not that bad.
What if you couldn't? What if you couldn't even feel it inside you?
I'm pretty amazing. I'm pretty amazing as it is. I could work on my endurance, but other than that, I'm happy.
What happens if she turns out to be really bad? And then would you judge her?
What do you mean? In what way? Explain that.
Well, just what we said. Like if you had a bad performance, if you did a bad performance.
Like if I was her and she was, and I was fucking me.
We switched.
Yeah.
We switched. And
she's
then
banging me.
Yeah. Yeah. And like
her dick goes limp halfway.
Better.
That's your dick ball.
You mean she can't come? Like she's fucking me forever. It's just not coming.
Nothing.
She's just not into
it. I don't know. Forget it. I don't want to talk about this anymore. What
you don't love me, do you?
What? Yeah, exactly. Right. Holy fuck. What percentage of gay are you if you're a male who frequents a Pilates class solo?
Well, if you're there to
depends on if you have an ulterior motive.
Yeah, if you're there to pick up girls, and all the power to you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming them asking that is because they just go because they enjoy Pilates, or they
a woman is asking that. I'm assuming she's asking that about a guy she knows.
Well, if you're trying to, if you're thinking about going on a date with him, he's probably a perv.
He's
gay.
Some guy wrote me how
one or the other
for another man to buy another man ice cream.
What? Say that again.
Someone wrote me and said, "How gay is it for a man to buy another man ice cream?"
That is very gay for some reason. It's weird because if we went out to eat, I could buy you guys burgers, but I wouldn't buy you guys ice cream. Yeah.
Oh, we bought Dairy Queen for each other in fucking Ohio.
That's true.
Were we drunk?
We smoked cigarettes out back of the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, but that's okay then. Like we bought ice cream, which is
cigarettes.
We did manly shit when we bought that ice cream.
Right. Yeah.
It evened out.
Listen,
what
just transpired is awesome.
I didn't eat any ice
cream. But we smoked cigarettes before we did. It was awesome.
If Chris and Keon competed right now in the open with their current physiques, who wins? I'm gonna say Keon.
Yeah, that's tough. Keon's fucking good, man. I don't know.
Man, I think if Keon competed in the open right now, he might be in the top 6. Like, I'm fucking blown away.
We just have to remember that he is like 205 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
But then this is kind of like dispelling what I'm saying about Chris's chest, so I don't fucking know. Yeah.
It's so tough to compare. Like, it's like Paul said, you have to be able to see these guys on stage before you can make a proper assessment, because you're just going by a photo in your memory and you're like, Keon.
If this was judged like 90s bodybuilding, then he'd fucking win, but like it's not the same, you know?
Yeah.
In my mind, and just a photo of it, Keon looks like a top 3 bodybuilder in the whole world.
I agree.
Like
he has the most impressive standalone physique for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul, say what you're going to say.
You know, look what Samson's doing right now, what Chris is doing right now. You know, Seth may be making a comeback. Like all these like legends of the sport, like putting their I guess, somewhat their reputation somewhat on the line to do all these shows that no one's done this before. Like Samson competing in multiple shows. No much Olympia does that. Chris doing an open show, he doesn't need to do that. Like, Seth coming back, he doesn't need to do that. He's already a legend. Like, it's great for the sport to see these guys putting their reputations or whatever aside and just competing, it's making the sport great.
Yeah, you've been trying to emphasize this point all show.
I have. I couldn't get it in.
Like a few times.
Make bodybuilding great again.
Yeah.
Make bodybuilding great again.
For Ian, I don't know why this is for you, but it's for you. I've been crying a lot lately. Any advice?
What the fuck? Why is this?
He's like, this dude's been in my DMs.
Your test is probably pretty fucking low. When mine gets pretty low,
you cry a lot.
I start to cry a lot. Yeah, I was crying a lot around the Olympia because I remember I left my bottle of HCG behind.
Yeah, you cried about that?
No, but I was crying a lot that week. Like I was very. And then I got my blood work back from Merrick, and my test levels were 99.
Oh no!
Oh,
my total test was 2.4. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Not a.
So yeah,
no,
I can understand.
I'm definitely not reading that.
Read it.
Not a question, but no, I'm not.
Okay.
For legal reasons, we can't read that.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay. Do you think that Stefan can maintain his high coaching standards and individual attention given all of the new clients he's attracting now?
Is Nick working with him now?
Is he?
But I saw that today.
I thought I saw it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where'd you see it?
I mean, look
on Instagram. I don't know if it was just someone speculating or if it was actual.
I don't.
Pull it up. We got to fucking investigate now.
Where'd you see it, Paul? On Nick's channel?
I don't know whose it was who had. I was just flipping through Instagram and I just came across it.
Did you see this too, Seth?
Were you just high, or did you actually see it?
Yeah, more than likely. Try who's the best bodybuilder?
I was.
Wait. This is
obviously, but
wait. This is cool. I want to show this. This is cool.
No, it was on.
Look at this.
What you got there?
Why can't I click on it? I can't click on it. But the thing is about 2D photos is they look like they're the same size. But I wonder if they are actually the same size. Like, I wonder what Dorian weighs here. But that's a good fucking comparison though, man. Like if we ever wanted to know what Chris would look like as an open bodybuilder, that similarities are there. Different legs, but upper body's similar.
What's that picture down below?
Rafa.
That one.
Yep. Rafa and Chris. The thing is, in 2D, he looks the same size as everybody, but is he going to look the same size like this in real life?
Chris is 6'1", 250. Like he's still fucking big.
No, I know. I know
shots
that.
Like this, like go to the front double.
Yeah.
Like you can see there, the thinness is apparent, like in the legs and the arms.
Yeah. I'm not saying Chris is a small guy. I just don't know if this is going to be a real representation. Like, is Rafa going to look the same size?
I think that representation is pretty accurate in the fact that
I do for a side chest.
Yeah.
For a side chest and an overall like conditioning. Like this is where Rafa loses, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the reason I saw this the coach thing was it was on Antoine's YouTube page.
Maybe that's where I saw it.
Oh, that's where I saw it because I just turned on my YouTube.
Is he just guessing though, or is it?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video, but if you go to YouTube, if you have it.
I don't have YouTube.
I know. I didn't think so.
What is that?
Yeah, that video there.
New coach, new coach on the block. No, I think he's just saying all these guys should go there. Matt Jansen's clients find a new coach.
Yeah, a little misleading, Antoine.
Yeah.
Stop. What is it? What do they say in the video? Maybe they actually say that. I don't know.
I know. That's why I don't know. I got to watch it. I was going to watch it in the shower tomorrow morning.
In the shower. What's the reference? I don't get it.
I put on a YouTube video whenever I take a shower.
Do you?
How long are your showers? How long is your shower, Seth?
That's not a bad idea. I take a long shower
6,
too.
7,
I can fucking
8.
6-7 minutes? Really?
Why? How long are your showers?
I'm in and out. 2, 3 tops.
2, 3.
Man.
How do you even wash yourself?
I got time to waste for it. I gotta get on my day.
Listen, wait a minute. This is a fucking serious thing. How do you possibly wash yourself in 2 to 3 minutes?
If you're efficient with your time.
Yeah. How long? This shouldn't take you longer than that.
I'm in the shower for like 15 minutes.
I
I'm
enjoy
doing
the
there.
soak
You don't even have any
beforehand.
hair.
Yeah, what are you doing in there?
Sometimes I just sit there and let the water flow over my body.
But you bring your dog
I'm
in there
with
too,
you.
though.
I just
I am.
enjoy.
I-
I'm just enjoying.
Yeah,
the fucking,
This
That's
free
it.
taking fucking showers with this dog.
Yeah, he brings his dog in there.
I
Who
have
knows what
brought
he's
my
doing.
dog in. I bring my dog in sometimes, and to give him a bath at the same time, and I kick
And
him
you're
out.
naked.
Yes.
Yes, I'm naked. Yes,
Yes. And his dog's at waist level.
yes, I'm naked. I'm naked. My dog is naked. We're in the shower
Hey, your
together.
dog-
God damn, you hit my balls again, man.
I'm naked. The dog is naked. We're in the shower. I give him a bath, and then I get him the fuck out.
Strange, man. I don't even let my dogs look at me.
It's
naked.
not fucking strange. You're not gonna you guys are so
No,
fucked.
I'll be changing
Look
the
away.
They'll see me,
Look
I'll be
away.
like,
Oh,
Fucking
You
little
guys are
pervert.
fucking up, man. It's not a fucking dog. It's not a person.
put a pull up there, Fouad. Some people do
you
that.
know. They
I
know.
already did a poll, and it was like 50-50.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you were
thought
the first time I told you this, you thought it was fucking weird, and I'm like, you know what?
It is
Let's do a poll. No, 50% of the people were like, yeah, I bring my dog in the bath, I bring my dog in the shower.
Yeah, but 50-50.
Well, how did you word that question,
It would be
though?
like 80-20.
I worded it the same way you're fucking wording it right now. I take a shower. I don't want to fucking go in the shower in a pair of shorts. So I go in the shower.
You guys shower
and-
naked with your dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think people, if you put in naked in the shower with your dog, you might get a different outcome.
I did
think so,
put naked
too.
in the shower. I didn't say just I
I
did.
think is showering with your dog weird?
Let's redo a poll. And let's
Who the
let's
fuck-
just
Who the fuck?
let's look at
does
how
it?
the question is asked.
Who the fuck showers with clothes on? It's assumed.
No, but I
you
bet some
shower-
people wash their dogs by putting on a bathing suit and getting in the shower with them.
Why would I put a
Definitely.
bathing suit? Okay, wait a minute. This is so
Why don't
fucking
we
stupid. Can I just
Why
ask you this
don't we
question?
just
Just hold on a
why don't we
minute.
just get into it?
No,
No. I
Just
got
hold on a
question
minute,
real
Seth.
quick.
Why would I
Nope.
put a fucking bathing suit on to go in the shower with my dog? Why would I
All
do
we're
that?
getting at
So
you're
you're
here-
washing your dog.
Is it
all that's
inappropriate? Like,
happening.
is my dog? Am I being perverted? Is my dog
Yes.
like? Am I getting a hard on with my dog? And like, what
Yes.
the fuck? What is the point of the bathing suit?
Well,
To
now
wash
you're
your
going
dog
too
and
far.
not
I
be
would-
naked around.
Why? What is the
Why
point?
do you be naked?
Well,
What
does
is
like
the
your
point? Because I'm in the shower. I'm getting wet. Why don't you have a fucking bathing
does
suit
like
on?
does your dick smack him in the head or anything, Fouad, when you're washing?
That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's what
Listen,
we're talking
what the
about.
fuck is wrong with you, Paul? Are
I'm just
you fucking-
asking. I never wash a dog in a shower. I'm just
Did you ever
asking.
bring?
What if
did
you
you
turn
ever-
your back for a second?
Wait a
and
minute.
he's like,
Wait a minute. Did you ever bring your daughter in the shower when you were fucking when she's growing up?
When they were babies.
Right, like 2
But I
years
would
old.
hold them. I would hold
Right,
them.
2 years old, 3 years old. You bring your daughter in the shower. You
No, not 2 or 3. No.
Okay, one only.
But they were
Not
small
two.
enough that I had to hold them.
who's the cutoff?
So not two. Two's the cutoff.
I don't think I did it that late. No.
Maybe though.
I don't think
Just
so.
throw them in there.
No.
Figure it out yourself. Get in there.
When they're
Okay, let
that
me
small.
okay. Let me ask you this: if you did bring your daughter in the shower at 2 years old, would that be perverted?
No, not that it's perverted. I was
Then
worried
why
that my
the fuck
dogs.
would you think it was perverted that I bring my
No,
dog?
I
in
didn't
the
say
shower?
perverted. I didn't say perverted.
Then
I just
what's the problem?
asked the question. Well, is your
said it
dick
was-
smack
you
him in the
said it
head
was
like if you're
perverted.
washing
If
his
it's not
back?
if it's not perverted, then what is the problem?
If
I
you're
think it's
washing his
perverted.
back, does your balls act?
Ian
does
thinks
your
it's
balls touch him?
perverted. Ian thinks it's perverted. That's different.
I think
Even
it's
if
weird, not perverted.
Even if I slept, like if I slept naked,
Paul, if
I
I-
would never let my dog sleep in my bed near me. I would be
Okay.
like, I'm putting on clothes.
That I agree with you on because he'll end up sniffing my ass in the middle of the night. I don't want that.
No, but what if he's not
He doesn't
under the
do that in the
covers? Even if he was above the covers, I would feel
No,
wrong.
it's still weird. That's weird. I'm with you on that one. Not the shower thing though, because I'm fucking gonna get wet. Why do I have to be in pair of shorts? It's a fucking
So-
dog.
Let me ask you this, Fouad. Your dog's big. If he's sitting down and you're trying to
Oh
like
my God,
wash his
Paul.
chest,
My dick
for
does
example.
not hit him in the face. Can you get
No.
off this?
Okay,
You've asked this question
That's all
like
I'm
6
asking.
times.
You didn't
Does
answer
your
it.
dog? Does your dick go in his mouth?
you
Tell
didn't
me.
answer
Does
the
your dick-
question,
like,
so I
why
had to
do you-
know.
you
That's,
can't-
that's not his mouth.
If I'm not answering the question, it means the question's fucking stupid.
Okay.
All right, if you say so.
Do you think?
Trying to figure out the
Okay,
facts
let
here.
me ask you this: do you think I brought him in the shower and my dick was on his back and I just left it there? I was like, you know what? It's okay. How stupid is your question?
I don't know. It's not a stupid question. How's that a stupid question? Showers aren't
Because
that big.
think about it. What guy is going in the shower with his dog and his dog? The dick is resting on the
Yeah,
dog's
what
head.
guy's
It's like-
going? What guy's
like-
going naked in the shower with his dog? to
Because
begin
my
with? You're-
dick is not touching the dog. You fucking idiots.
No, but you're saying like, what guy's going to do this? And it's like, yeah, but what guy's going naked in the shower with his dog in the first place?
Like 50% of the people in the poll were like, "I shower with my dog." Nobody's
the
putting that
only
in-
people that are answering that are the weird people that do it. You know,
Dude, This is the same thing as the apple thing. You guys are like, nobody eats apple core. And like half the people are like,
Yeah, but at least that's not like sketchy.
Perverted. That's perverted. Yeah. See, you said sketchy. You think I want to fuck my dog. That's what you think.
I don't think you want to fuck your dog, but you're naked in the shower with your dog, you know?
Why is it perverted? Tell me. What's the perverted part about it?
It's in a gray area.
How is it gray? Tell me. Explain to me. What am I getting off? Am I getting off on it?
You're naked in the water, frolicking.
Wait a minute. I'm not frolicking. We're not like playing.
I think I need to get a dog.
Dog are wrestling. We're wrestling in the shower.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing, Seth. Get the biggest dog you can.
I need to get one.
Seth, as somebody without a dog, if you had a dog, would you put a bathing suit on to go in the bath with, or not in the bath? You're not gonna take a bath, but in the shower to wash him.
Take a bath. Yeah, take a bath with your dog. Next, fucking weirdo.
No. So, are you gonna put a bathing suit on to go in the shower to wash your dog, or are you just gonna go in the shower, wash your dog, and kick him out?
I'm gonna be super honest right now.
You're gonna put a bathing suit on. I already know.
If I have a dog,
you agree with everything Iain says. That's the problem.
No. We're gonna be boys. Shower together. However, I'm going to establish dominance. I'm going to piss on him and let him know I'm in charge.
Oh, no. So, Fouad, why do you think bathing with your dog is super gross, but showering is not?
Well, because you're in the water with him. That's disgusting.
Well, so whatever bath, you can put bubbles on top of his head.
Whatever dirt is on the dog is now like I'm sitting in it. And plus, it's not a fucking. Like, it's not like a spa time. We're not like cuddling in the bath, you fucking idiot.
Hey, I think Fouad's right on this. I think there are a lot of people who shower.
I know I'm right because I already did the fucking poll. Naked. I already did the poll.
I do think so.
Done the research.
Guys.
Yeah, I also think there's a lot of fucking perverts out there.
The only reason anybody would think this is weird is if they added a sexual component, which is fucking weird in itself.
Yeah.
But
you're with your dog
for your balls.
Oh my god!
They always sniff that area.
Can you hear yourself? You have not got off the fact that you want the dick to be on the dog's face since you started this conversation.
I don't want it to be there. I just think it's unavoidable.
You keep on going back to your dick's got to be in his face.
You do it with
I think at times it's going to touch them at times.
Proximity is too close. It's questionable.
Oh my god.
Unless you got a huge shower.
Oh my god.
Big shower. Huge.
Yeah.
So are you shampooing your dog in the shower?
Yes.
I'm not judging you, Fouad.
Yeah, I'm not just spraying him with
water.
So
you're bending over naked and shampooing your dog.
Yes, I am.
That's fucked, man.
Yes. And then in the middle, I take my dick and I put it on his back and I just let it sit there. And then we just sit. We both laugh at each other. We're like, "This is so fun." And then that's it. That's
your dog can talk too.
Yeah, we do that. We do that with each other.
What if he gets curious and wants to like give you a couple of licks? You know?
Okay. You know what? We're gonna move on now because you guys are disgusting.
You're the one showering with your dog.
You guys are fucking gross.
I'm just saying I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because you're fucking perverted. You think there's something sexual about it. That's why. That's why you wouldn't do it, because you think because I'm naked and he's naked, there has to be a sexual component, which is fucked because it's a dog.
No, it's not necessarily sexual. I just don't want my dick touching my dog.
The dick is not touching my dog. I'm kicking you. You know what? I'm kicking you off the show.
I'm not trying to be an asshole.
If you say my dick is touching the dog again, I'm kicking you off the show.
If you say it doesn't touch, it doesn't touch. If you say it doesn't touch and it doesn't touch,
I'm kicking you. I swear to God.
Who am I to say that you're wrong?
One more time, Paul. I swear to God.
Okay. Fine.
Fucking try him, Paul.
What if I say
it? Anybody else can say it but Paul, because he actually means it, which is crazy.
I don't. I'm just asking a question.
That's been answered already, like 10 times.
Okay.
And you keep saying it.
I just don't see how it can't. But okay. If you say it does, it doesn't. Okay. I'm sorry, Fouad. The size of whatever. Let's move on.
I think we need a video.
Yeah. I'm gonna blur my dick and I'll make a video so you can see how far my dog is away from my dick.
Yeah, but you're washing it, so you got to get close proximity to the dog. All right. Do you ever bend down?
I'm gonna cut all of this out, by the way. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This whole conversation.
No, you're not.
Oh my god, 100%.
I can picture Fouad like crouched down like this, like.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
With this ball just like dangling down here, you know.
Is there fucking? You know what?
And his dog just like. You know,
Paul's been dying to bring this up on the pod. Are you happy now?
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
like,
not trying to bring this up.
I'm not, no,
It
know what's
came up
funny?
in conversation.
I got the edit on this shit, bitch. It's all getting cut out.
I'm okay with that. I was just asking a question. I was just curious. That's all.
if you're so confident that 50% of people do it, leave it in. They'll be on your side in the comments.
I'm not going to leave it in because I don't want to.
I refuse.
I refuse to leave this in.
Low brow, guys.
He's
Low brow.
embarrassed about his.
Save it for the bloopers. You're going to put it one day.
Yeah, I'll leave it for the bloopers. All right, can we move on now? Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. You just fucking killed 20 minutes of my time, Paul.
I'm sorry.
call it
I wasn't trying to judge you.
Your
or anything
dick
like that.
on my dick on my dog fucking question.
Okay. Cut it out.
Are you good? I'm
No,
gonna
no,
cut it.
it's great. No, it's great.
Okay.
Leave it in. Leave it in.
All right,
People love that stuff.
moving on. Fuck you guys. I don't even know where to go from that. Now I'm fucked.
Threw you off too much.
Dude, fucking
Let's just take the dog to the groomer from now on.
no.
Let's just do that.
All right, let's do a couple more and we'll go. Get pegged by your wife or watch two dudes peg her DP style.
I'd let her peg me. I don't give a fuck.
I'm getting pegged.
I mean, with those the options, yeah.
Yeah, those are the options.
Yeah, it's an easy decision. Yeah.
That's the decision.
Has Paul seen the new clown that hides from gay people lately?
No.
What?
What's that about?
Why is there...
What is going on? Am I missing the
How
joke
do you
here?
not get the joke? Read it out loud again, Fouad.
Has Paul seen the new clown that hides from gay people lately?
What's your answer,
This
Paul?
Oh,
Oh,
He hasn't seen it because it hides from him because he's
right,
fucking gay.
right. Got it. Okay. Yes, I have. Yeah, I've seen lots of clowns.
I checked in this morning.
Have you guys seen any of these movies called the third one just came out, which is apparently fucking sick, is these movies called Terrifier?
No. I
Yeah.
heard about that.
Have you seen
Yeah.
any of them, Mike?
No, I was gonna watch it, but Cat's scared, so
Apparently they're fucking crazy as shit
What
and
is
like actually really good though. Well,
Yeah.
the third one, Terrifier 3, just came out, and a few friends saw it. They said it's fucking awesome,
what's
I heard
the
the
premise?
premise.
What's
super
the
gory,
premise?
like crazy,
terrifying and gory. Yeah.
just for
Is
no
it like-
apparent reason.
Is it like horror, like you
Oh, yeah.
know, or is it like you believe it horror?
No, it's called Terrifier, bro. It's literally just
It's like
fucked up.
psycho clowns and like fucking
Oh,
Oh,
with like
That stuff doesn't
fangs and
scare me.
shit.
if
Yeah.
it's a true story, then it spooks me. But if it's not a true story, I don't care.
I went and saw that movie. With James McAvoy.
what movie?
Oh, with the couple.
Yeah, what's it called?
Fuck.
It was kind of like a thriller horror movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's really all about like not being honest with what you want, like just being a yes man kind of, and how much it like leads this guy to just fucking shit, you
Is
know?
it Speak No Evil?
Speak no evil,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Speak no
Yeah,
evil,
I
yeah.
heard about it.
It's like, you know, when someone says, "Hey, you should come visit us sometime," and you're like, "Yeah, we'd love to," and then like, but you don't actually want to. You're just like saying it to be nice, and then how that leads to like what it leads to, you know? It's pretty fucking sick.
Interesting.
Hey, before we go, we can't go already, can we?
We can do a couple minutes.
Let's do a
You
couple.
gotta
More.
get up early, guys.
I'm watching this show on Prime right now called From. Has anyone heard of this one?
No,
Uh-uh. I need a new one. I need a new show.
I
Do
need
we all
something.
agree that
Me too.
Penguin is the best show on TV?
I haven't watched it
Fucking
still.
amazing. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's so
about-
fucking good, man.
I don't know about
Yeah.
best. It's good, but I don't know about best.
very good.
It's that acting is fucking unbelievable.
Hmm.
Like
Is the
even the
season
mom
finished
in
yet?
that. No, so
I
it's
like
six
it, but I've
episodes.
been having to kind of push myself along to watch it.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
love it.
I'm not waiting for the next. I'm waiting. I know this is going to be so bad because it's a horrible comparison, but I like watching Tulsa King better.
I've been trying to get
Tulsa
that.
King
but I
is
can't
probably
get
the worst show ever made, but it's
I know.
great to watch.
I know it is.
It's so
really
bad it's good.
It's cheesy and
It's
it's
so
like
bad it's good.
shit
I
acting.
couldn't even watch one episode. Yeah,
Oh, it's horrible. Like it's so fucking like
It's entertaining though.
it's just it's a throwback Stallone show.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. It's just like
Yeah.
you know. What's good right now though?
What's the From show?
it's like I don't know. Google it. It's and read what its description is. It's I don't know. It's like people that all end up in this fucking place that they can't leave. Like the road just like loops around forever. They can't, once you get there, you can never leave there. And these like fucking monsters come out at night kind of thing, but they look like people. It's got good reviews too. Yeah.
This one? No, this is 2022.
Yeah, there's 3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Oh, okay. So this is it.
Yeah.
Old Man is awesome. Have you guys watched it? The Old Man?
Oh, I saw that. I haven't watched it yet.
With Jeff Bridges? It's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. It's awesome.
I tried to watch that too. I couldn't do it.
It's really good, man.
Seth, we have a get together in a month. You want to come?
What do you guys when?
December 5th.
December?
Yeah.
Should be able to do December.
You got to get shit faced though, or you can't come.
Okay.
Yeah. Get your bowling shoes on, boy.
It's all
Get
of our
them bowling shoes on.
We have like 3 of our birthdays all like within a week, so we all get together.
Well, that's why I was asking, because mine's on the 21st of November.
No
I was
way.
like, if it was around that weekend, I was like, I got.
I'm the 27th, and then Mike and Melissa are both the 6th of December.
Oh, nice.
Paul, what are you doing? Are you coming?
Didn't know since first I heard of it. Nobody invited me.
Oh, we
Oh,
just
fuck.
we just
I get
assume
in the
you were
loop. You're in the
everybody
group chat,
everybody
goddammit.
just assumes where I'm going. You're going to be there.
Yeah, I'll go. If I'm invited.
You didn't invite us to Ohio, so maybe we'll invite you to where we're going.
I
Yeah.
don't want to go to that, Mike.
Yeah.
You want to
Yeah, I
spend
did.
the night with my wife and I.
Oh, a spa retreat.
It was nice. A couple of massages was nice.
Paul, you're in for
Yeah,
sure.
December
For sure.
5th. Yeah. I got nothing going on.
Seth,
Where are we going?
Yeah.
Toronto?
are you coming solo?
Me?
Yeah.
Are you guys bringing your wives?
Yeah.
Well, it's my wife's birthday, so yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Ian's going to leave her at home.
Yeah.
We're having a great time, babe.
Celebrate your
Wish you were
birthday,
here.
We'll celebrate in her honor. Yeah. Well, if you guys are bringing your wives, I'll bring mine.
Okay. Seth?
Yeah, I'll see if Hannah can make it. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay. It's gonna get really gross.
I'll bring the blow.
I heard it's good in Canada.
I won't bring anything, but I will partake in all of it.
You can bring like 5 or 6 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, I'll bring all the cigarettes.
I'll bring the weed.
Wow, this is going to be exciting. I got to get myself ready for it. I'm going to practice a
What
bit.
are we going to do? Are we going to go out or are we just going to get blasted at an Airbnb or something?
No, we're going to go out somewhere.
We're gonna go.
We go out, we can, like,
we can't
hit the
say it. We
clubs?
can't say it publicly. We're gonna terrorize the club somewhere. But
dancing?
we can't say. Yeah, we're gonna go dancing.
Okay.
We can't tell people where we're going just in case they crash
Alright.
our party.
I haven't had a night out in a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be disgusting. If Seth comes, it's gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Toronto's not that far for you, is it, Seth? What, 4 hours?
Yeah, it's 4 hours. It's not far.
No, it's not. It's more
Same
than
as it
4
is for
hours.
me. It's 4 hours for me, and same for Fouad.
Is it 4 hours for you? Oh, because you go around the lake the other way.
Yeah.
No, is it?
I don't think it's much more than that.
Pittsburgh.
No, I think it's around 4, maybe 5 tops. No.
Oh no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, forget it. All right, do this another time. Okay, Paul, lead us off with a prayer.
You want me to do it? You don't want Seth to do it tonight?
No, I want you to do it. We're ready.
He looks like so confused. He's like,
Seth didn't prepare anything.
Do you ever?
No.
"Your life
Sometimes I
is perfect." Yeah.
Sometimes I get a few ideas in my head, but tonight I got nothing. All right, let us bow our heads. Well, dear leader, it's been interesting last week or two. Been a lot going on in the bodybuilding world. Nice to see Chris doing the open show. I'm really excited about that. Just a lot going on the last little while, and we're heading into the fall season here. Halloween's a couple more days. Kids are going out.
It's not like what's going on in the world today. It's a fucking prayer, dude.
I don't. What am I going to say? Okay,
I'm excited for Halloween. I'm really
I'm
proud
excited
of
for
you.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Let's all just be good to each other, and amen.
Let's just see the contrast. Seth, why don't you say a prayer for us?
Oh, Seth is like a deacon.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I'm not partaking.
It's like a deacon.
Fouad, why don't you say a prayer today?
I'm not fucking saying.
Ah, you think it's so easy?
It is easy.
It's not easy to come up with something different every week, Fouad.
He will say, "Dear outlaw."
Daryl, I hope my friends stop eating pork. Okay, guys, we'll see you next week. I love you.
See you guys. Love you.
Bye.